Guys, I'm gonna try to do this a little different than normal. Let's see if I can go on to I should have figured this out first, my bad. So this is a live video. If you're watching this in the future, then expect it not to be that entertaining. If I decide to I may leave it up, but I'm going to be working on this piece right here. And I have three more I gotta make, three more that I prepped, and basically this is the end product. This is the first one I made. I wish I didn't sell this, but I did. I just like it so much. And it's on chestnut, and chestnut's a rare wood. I didn't know it was chestnut at first until I was like a minute. When I oiled it, I thought maybe it was just an odd colored red oak, but I'm pretty sure it's chestnut. Hello everyone jumping on here. Are you enjoying your workday? Or what are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna make it so I can see I'm gonna make it so you guys can see this and then I can still see the comments up here. So I'm gonna try to here we go. Turn it off to the volume. We're good there. Okay, I can see the live comments here now. Can you guys hear me? Because David Conrad says, sound? Everyone has sound except for David. I'm not sure what that's all about. I'm talking kind of loud. Yeah, I know I'm releasing a lot of videos all at once. Like we just did the Just Joshing with Chakota video. That's up live today. Yesterday I did a live, and then after that I released a vlog. So this is more me, but I figured because some people want to see a video of me making one of these, I would just make one live so you can see into it. There, I'll kind of go like that. You don't need to see my face, I don't think. I don't know if that's really a good view. I don't know. My media is on high, no sound button on video. Huh. Well, Hannah New says, oh wait, Hannah New, are you the Hannah that... There's a Hannah that's getting one of these right now. Sorry the shakiness. Mary says, there was other stuff I was supposed to do. Oh well, tomorrow's another day. Well, thanks for being here. We're just going to be hanging out for a bit, doing some pyrography, as they call it. I can see my screen right here. Let me just show you. I'm just watching myself on YouTube. Maybe actually I should switch accounts, just so I don't like get in trouble for doing view fraud or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to my other account, the Just Joshing with Chakota account. Sorry for anyone watching this in the future being like, what the heck is this? Let's go to not studio. Where's the regular? How do I don't want to search my channel or that. What do I want to do here? I want to go to okay. I'm just gonna see if that shows up. Okay, perfect. It's working. Okay, so I'm gonna moderate myself from screen here. So I'm gonna try to answer your questions as I go. Oh, by the way, someone asked me what the brand was of this thing. It's this. I'm not sure what that says because it's in some sort of Asian language. I'm pretty sure that's a Chinese language of some sort. So I'm not sure. So I'm gonna see if I can get this. There, that might be better. That might be better like that. You can kind of see what I'm doing. So I've done some pyrography before. If you are on my Instagram, you can kind of see some of the stuff that I did before. But I had a very basic pen. Not that this is like super high tech or anything, but this thing works a lot better and it's way easier and way faster to do it. So one of these takes about, I'd say 30 to 40 minutes to make. I'll probably get faster as I do them, especially if it's always the heartburns. Because the heartburns, I mean, I know how to draw a heart without really using a reference nowadays because I've drawn them so much, especially from this angle. And sometimes I like switch them up a little bit and make them look a little differently because I want it to, I want each one to be unique. I guess my most difficult task or whatever you'd call it would be getting the shading to look natural. And sometimes I have problems with perspective, like what the size of everything's supposed to be. Ooh, I need to have like a thing. Whoa, I almost need to hold it like this, huh? I could do that maybe. I wish I had like a little tiny easel for it. I'll try to work like this for a bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Gene St. Aubin says, "Hi Josh, I made it alive. I just finished watching Just Josh and Dakota. I love the high definition." Ah, you like it better now, hey? Yeah, so we're figuring it out. It's hard to know what to do when you don't have anyone telling you how to do it. Ryan from Parkland Films, he helped us out a bit, so I give him a credit in the description, because without him, I would still be way further behind. But we're figuring it out, and once we figure it out, we'll start doing regular episodes rather than pilot episodes. But I'm glad you're liking the show over there. Trippy with your live on live. Ooh, you know what I could do? This would be easier if I went like this. Okay. And if I bring you guys, you're on a tripod right now. Sorry, I don't normally do these types of videos. Usually I'm just talking and doing something. You don't need to see what I'm doing, but this will work like this. Eh? What do you think? Does that work? How much are the hearts? The hearts are $50 Canadian, and they are mostly on oak. I have some on some poplar. I have 2 on there. I think they're all spoken for already. So these ones here, I have 3 of these are spoken for, so 1 of them is still free, but I have other scrap wood I can use. So they're made on scrap wood. These ones have like a profile on the back, and then they're routed on the sides. This one wasn't routed all the way around because this was 2 pieces of wood, right? And I just cut them in half, and then I decided to sand this so it would have the same type of profile. Since it's scrap wood, it's not going to be exactly perfect, but it's like a piece of art that you just get mounted or framed, or you can just have it like just sit on your desk. Well, maybe not this one. There you go. Right? And then if I have scrap pieces of wood like this one, for instance, you can just sit there, you can mount it, you can frame it, you can kind of do whatever. I'll leave that one off to the side right there so you can kind of see what I'm going to be kind of working on here. How much have you wood burned before this? You would do it very good. I have done before. What burn did you get? Link it, please. Okay, so I've done 3 or 4 pieces before. Sorry, I've done more than 4 pieces, but I've done 3, I think, pieces, different pieces, but I've done them each one a few times. So I've done it a little bit, but not too much. It's kind of a new thing for me, I guess. But this pen here, I got off Amazon. I just typed in wood burning pyrography thing, and then this came up. This is the brand, I imagine. I don't know what that says because it's Chinese, but that's what it is. I don't know if I'll remember if I can link it, but I will try to. If I don't remember, just message me on Instagram or something and I'll try to find it for you. Make one on the profile so it's 3D. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm amazed how you can wood burn this freehand and have it look so perfect. Well, I mean, if I was doing something that I haven't already drawn 100,000 times, it probably wouldn't be so easy. Um, it's not hard to do this shape because I've drawn it a lot. But if I was doing like a person, I might have to draw it first or something like that, just because like this is permanent, right? I mean, I guess you could sand it, but it's relatively permanent. So I would have to like be very sure. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that I could do if it was like a simple pose or something like that, but I'm not too confident when it comes to every sort of thing. Just this is just very easy. Does it smell like a campfire? Asked Leah or Leia. No, it smells actually kind of gross. So oak doesn't really have a nice burn. It stinks. It stinks when you cut it. All sorts of things are a negative when it comes to oak, in my opinion. It's kind of ugly. Yeah, it smells bad, and it doesn't burn with a nice smell either, in my opinion. So it actually just smells like kind of burnt. Um, I don't know what is the right word. Doesn't smell good. I'm sorry about the buffering, by the way. I don't know why it's buffering. Could be buffering because I'm watching right here as well. Watching for the comments. Can you put a number on the heart at the top? I love these and always get a heart of some kind for my daughter's open heart surgery anniversary. It will be 8 years this year. Oh, like if you were to buy one, would I put like a number on them? Like a year or something? Yeah, I absolutely could. I could even make it smaller, right? So when I do this next one, for example, I could make it smaller so that there would be room for other stuff in it. Perhaps. I would absolutely love to do that for you. Did you look up duct tape art? Oh, no, I forgot. I'm gonna have to write that down, but I don't have anything to write down with. Okay. Oh, check this out. Yesterday, I'll show you this real quick. If you don't watch Just Joshing with Dakota, you won't care about this, but these are some designs for our logo. So these are very crude. And then here's a neon sign design. But a neon sign costs a few grand. Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Duct tape art. I gotta look that up. Because then I'll try it. I'll try it and see what it's like. Okay. Lorna Thompson says, thank you. I'll be looking forward to buying one and 17 others for all my close friends. No, yeah, I would definitely be happy to do that for you. Customize it. Burn incense. Incense is one of the grossest smelling things that you could ever have in your house. I don't understand how anyone can do that. If that's your jam, then that's your jam. But for me, that stuff is revolting. I would rather smell this. Hey Josh, you're such a good guy. People want your hearts for their homes. Bradley Wood. Bradley Wood always has like something nice to say. I wonder if I wonder if I wonder if I'll ever get to meet that dude. He seems like a nice guy. Watch, it turns out he's a huge asshole. That would be funny. He just like comes up to me, plot twist, punches me in the face. I don't think he would actually do that. I'm just kidding, but that would be hilarious. Like I wouldn't even be mad. I would be like, "Good play. Good play." Okay. So doing this to make it look like it's coming out and going back in, I'm always trying to like work on that as each piece progresses. So this is my first one, right? And it looks pretty cool. But this one, it's a little harder. If I look at the difference, can you see that? I don't know. $50 Canadian, yes. Just got on. What is the price? Yeah, the prices are, they're $50 Canadian, and they are on oak, and they're on scrap wood, so they have like a profile on the back. I'll try to sand off all these burrs. But yeah, you can see this used to be something. Someone in the comments of I think the last video, or maybe it was my last live from yesterday, because I was showing these, said that the person I got this from, I got it off his wife, because he passed away. Anyways, he was making kitchens and stuff, so I'm pretty sure this was a drawer front. Plus, it was way too short to be a baseboard, and it would be weird to profile it on 3 edges. Well, actually, it was on 4 edges, but that wouldn't make sense if it was a baseboard. David Conrad says, "What's the U.S. dollars?" The U.S. dollars is, I don't know, less than that, 25% less than that. I have no idea. Be like $30 or something, $35. I don't know. I don't know how to do the math. All right, there we go. You also mentioned a t-shirt for TeeSpring. Are you still considering it? Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. I just haven't had time to draw it. I'm gonna hand draw it and figure that out. Sorry, my hand is in the way. You can't really see what I'm doing. How much is shipping to the US? I believe shipping to the US is $12 Canadian. It's friggin' expensive shipping from Canada. And our shipping rates actually just went up, which is kind of a bummer. Okay, let's see if I can get this area in here. Oh, I gotta turn that down a little bit. Do you ever plan on making another design on the wood? Oh yeah. This is just going to be a product that I offer. So these heartburns are going to be something that I offer. And since I have so many to make right now, I'm just going to focus on these. But I actually have another idea that I'm going to do that I've actually wanted to draw for a while, but I think I'll do it on wood burning instead. I just need a bigger piece of wood for it. There we go. Do we have to pay duty on these? No, because the value is low. There's only $50. If it was, I can't remember where it starts. It depends on where you live. It depends on what the duty thing is. Like if I could pay it, I would just charge it, and then it wouldn't be a burden to you when you get to the post office. All right, it's kind of annoying when you're not expecting it, and then suddenly you have to pay more. Like for what? It doesn't make any sense. Congratulations, you have to pay to pick up the thing that you already bought. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I sent you a gift card. Say, if I sent you a gift card, say Home Depot for $5 American dollars. How would that work for your Canadian dollars? That'd be like $7 Canadian or something like that. But I probably wouldn't be able to use it here because it'd be American. Like American Home Depot is not Canadian Home Depot, right? It's a different company. I mean, it's the same company, but it's just the way that they operate. I'm pretty sure, anyways. I could be wrong, actually. Joshua, will do anything to part you and your money. There's more haters guy. He's like a new hater. He's not like a bad hater necessarily, but he's not funny like 0M. But what if it is 0M, and he just decided that he would be a little meaner. Because Zero M wasn't mean, he was just funny and like kind of pushy, right? But this guy, more haters. He's like he's like Zero M's evil twin. I miss Zero M. He came back for like, I don't know, half an hour one time and then he left again. All right. So once I oil this, this will look a lot better as well. I just tell the truth, says more haters. Okay, let's see. This one I went a little different with like the arc in this artery here or chamber or whatever it's called. So it's a little what's the word? It's throwing me off a little bit. I shouldn't have gone so high, but whatever, it's okay. The hearts are good Valentine's gifts. That's a good idea. You know what you know how I have my I with the lowercase I and then this heart and then Ushitat? I also have another one that's like I, this heart, and then it has a finger pointing at you. Um, I think I actually have it in the other room. But I think I'm going to make a couple versions for shirts where it's going to be one that's just a heart and then one that's going to be I love. Uh, I think I'll make it Ujitat, but I might make it something else. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. This is the part about this machine. Like this dial is super finicky, and then this gets cooled down really quickly. But like there's certain parts in here that I want it to be a little darker than the raw wood color, but it's hard to do it. Do it without burning this shape. See like that weird pointy shape? I don't want that shape to show up except for down here where I have it really dark. So you got to be like super quick. So oftentimes I'll like blow on it to cool it down and then go because then it heats up slowly because I'm still moving it and the air is like cooling it down or whatever and the fast motion and the wood is pretty cool as well, like it's room temperature. But okay, and then what I've been doing is I like turn it up a little bit as I'm doing this, and then it gets kind of toasty as I work with it, and then I kind of find the sweet spot. Right, this thing's from China, but it seems to have a good quality burn to it. The made in China thing is not really a negative these days. The quality has gone up. American one, then I would have, but I couldn't find any. And this thing was $150, I think. So it, I don't know. It didn't have the made in China price. Josh, how much better would you say this wood burner is over the cheap one? This is like not even in the same ballpark. Not even in the same sport. Well, I guess you can't really. Okay, let's say. How does that analogy work? Okay, this is like um, major leagues, and the other thing is like, you know, when you get the plastic bat and the plastic tee and the plastic softball, that's what the other thing is compared to this. This thing is way better. So, if there's something better than this, which I'm sure there is, then I would like to try that out as well. This thing is pretty good though. I like it. The other thing, I just got one of the red ones. It has an adjustable dial on it, but like it's takes forever to heat up and it takes forever to cool down. Like this, like if I turn this off right now, right? So I don't know if you can see that. but I can touch this already. Right? And my finger's not even, you see what I'm doing? Like, it's insane how quickly it heats up, cools down and heats up. Now, if I put my finger on it now, like, do you see how that cauterized already? Do you see that smoking? Yeah, it heats up really quickly and cools down really fast. It's crazy. Josh, a cool trick you can do with a piece of oak 6 inches or so is stick one end in water and then blow on the other end. It's just like a straw, so you will be blowing bubbles through wood. Oh yeah, you actually can do that. You can do that with chestnut as well. Anything that has like the, let's see if I can show you. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, maybe not. But in between the grains, in between the, like right there, there's tons of little holes. I forget what they're called. Um, but oak and chestnut have that. There's a few other species of wood that have. Calling with D. Well, you know if you're hungry, what you gonna do? I'm halfway between Leeds and Manchester. Josh, did you buy this wood burner directly from China or through another? I bought it through Amazon. So I didn't actually know it was coming from China until, like, I read all the reviews and stuff were in English. I mean, it was between this one and another machine, which I'm not sure where that one was made, but um, all the reviews were in English. And so I was like, all right, I'll get this thing. And but it had the same what do you call it? Had the same like pictures of artwork as other machines did. So I thought that was kind of weird. So I was like, okay, maybe this is foolish to buy this. It's probably fake reviews, but it's actually really good, in my opinion. So if you want to try this, get this machine and let me know how you like it because I like it. There we go. This part is the tedious part because I'm trying to give it some depth, but it's kind of hard to do that. Well, it's not hard. It's just takes some time. All right. So that's where we're at so far. Now I'm gonna work in this area here a little bit and make it. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit and make that come to life a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Then some burn will come in through there. Oops. So the thing is about this thing is you can't really, unless you're prepared to sand, you can't really reverse it too much. Work and they don't take very long to make. They take long enough for it to be a pain though, I guess, if you had to start over. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna bring this out a little bit here to give that some flow. There we go. There we go. And go up here a little bit and make it look like that vein is popping up a little bit, and then go down here. Right like that. Okay, this one's almost done. And then we'll start over from scratch from the first one. Okay. This needs some dark. Whoop, that's too dark. Oak has like a coarse grain, so a lot of that is kind of showing up, which is not a big deal because it's wood. It's very obviously on wood, so I don't mind that it shows up. Those would make a great gift for someone just out of heart surgery. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they would hate it because they'd be like, are you kidding me? If I ever have a open heart surgery, I want to keep my old heart if possible. I don't know if they'd allow that. I know I used to have a friend who had a human heart in a jar in her living room on the shelf. If you're not into that kind of stuff, then it's kind of gross, but I thought it was kind of neat. All right. Yeah, not bad. I'm just going to darken up this area in here or give it a little more texture and stuff just because it... All right, there we go. There we go. Is this exactly how a heart looks, or did you take creative liberties with it? It's probably not exactly how a heart looks, but I tried my best to make it look like how a heart looks. I'm sure someone who's like a cardiologist or something, they would be like, oh, but what about the aorta? Is that a thing that's in the heart? I don't know. That might be like, that doesn't look like that because you're missing the phalange. I asked my dog if problems were fixed, and after I was told I was not allowed. I was gutted. When I had surgery for kidney stones, they asked me if I wanted them. I said no. What made you start drawing hearts? Well, I've always had this heart condition since I was young. Didn't know what it was for years until actually like a few years ago actually. And anyways, I would have like these like mini heart attacks. I don't know what they're called exactly, but they're like mini heart attacks. Anyways, they're just like painful stabbing pains that last like, I don't know, between 10 seconds and like maybe a minute, something like that. So not a long time, but long enough for you to be like, this sucks. And ever since then, I've just been drawing them. It's just been a part of my identity, I guess. Sort of. I mean, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm healthy. I'm not gonna die. I mean, I might die from it, like, when I get older if I don't take care of myself, but you should take care of yourself anyways, regardless on if you're sick or not, or whatever. I guess I'm not sick, but... So, I don't know. I guess it's extra incentive to stay well. Whoops, that was a freaking accident. Well, I'll fix that up, make that look like I meant to do it. There we go. No one will be the wiser, except for you guys. Hey, Hannah Maddox. Did you do your push-ups today? Drop and give me 20. I only did 40 so far. Just to be safe, we'll say 40. So sometimes I do extra. Well, sometimes I purposely do extra. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. This one is complete, I think. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn that up a little bit, and I'm going to go in here, give it a little texture right there. There we go. There, I like that a lot better. Do some in here like that. There. This old woman was thinking Johnny B could whisper in my ear anytime. You and your friend Johnny B had me laughing in that last video, man. Thank you guys. Yeah, that was funny, huh? Did you draw that heart on wedding finger, then have someone tattoo it? No. You know what sucks? So when I went and got it done, the guy said that it's too small. And I said, well, just draw one. Whatever. I was like, just draw one and stencil it on or something. I can't remember what... He had an argument against me doing it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go somewhere else. And then he was like... He said that it was just too small. And I was like, well, just draw one and then stencil it on. And then he's like, none of the details are going to show up. And anyway, so he didn't draw one. Instead, he printed one off the computer. Then I asked him, I was like, how about I'll draw one and then tattoo that on it? But he didn't want to do it. And since it was a surprise for Ashley, I was like, you know what, screw it. But if I ever get another tattoo, I'm not going to... Everyone seems to have like a regrettable tattoo story. And I don't regret this tattoo. I like it. But I wish that I would have had my own artwork, you know? Like, if I knew how to tattoo, I would do it myself. But I don't know how. And I'm pretty sure it's not super easy. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Okay, now I think it's done. Or actually, hold on. Let me get a little bit in here. Turn that down a little bit. Just gonna go like this a little bit. Give it a little dimension. So it looks like those are a couple arteries or whatever they are. Something like that. Bam, done. Right? Okay, we'll put that one to the side and then we'll start over from square one. Actually, you know, I should probably sign that, huh? Why don't I do that? So I sign it with the other wand. So I most to sign the back. So this one is going to be, let's turn that up to 100. All right, there we go. There we go. This is number 7. Number 7. And then put my signature in there. There we go. I think that's all I put on the back, right? Oh, I should also say 2020. Isn't that crazy? It's already 2020. There we go. Done. Okay. Put that off to the side. Take this one. We'll put this over here. Okay, we'll start a new one here. Greetings from Clay County, Missouri. I hope you'll record yourself learning to use that airbrush you opened yesterday. Yeah, I'm actually excited to use that. So that I'm going to use not in the house, just because I don't want the fumes to be in here and the overspray. So I'll have to wait for that one. But yeah, the Mighty Rev says, I know what you mean, Josh. I never expected to donate. Huh. Who is Johnny B? Says Coloring with D. You don't know who Johnny B is? You must not watch my videos. Are you new? Johnny B is one of my friends who is I guess he's a painter, like not an artistic painter, but oops shit, but a like a house painter, and that's how we met. Anyways, he's a semi-professional athlete, and he does he has a YouTube channel now, but he does music and poetry and stuff. He's been on my channel a couple times, including the one that I uploaded yesterday or something like that. Okay, so for these hearts, I always start at the bottom for some reason. I don't know why, but I just do. It just seems to work better. And then I just get the basic shape in, right? And then work from there. And I almost always do it from like the heart being full of blood, just because I think it looks better fat. It's just like, bloop. Sometimes I don't, but I usually do. And then I don't know what this part is called on the side here, but I always do it a little differently each time. I guess each one is different no matter what. Alright, so I do this. And let me get this over here so you can kind of see it a little better. Hold it up on a better angle. Chris McQuagg is here. Hi there, Josh and Room. Brian Nelson is from my neck of the woods, small world. What did Brian Nelson say? Tony in Australia says hi. Hello from Washington State. Hi, Chris. What lured you over here? LO. Will all your burn art projects just be arts, or do you think you'll do other images too? I'll definitely do other images. I just have orders to do. I was only planning on doing this. This is great. Okay. So this is like a terrible angle. I'm sorry. I'll try to. Rooster burn art? Man, I'm tired of doing chickens. Maybe I will, but it'll be like a big one. Not like a continuous series. Like these ones, I like doing, so I'll probably do these for a while, but I don't know. Okay. I need to have like, there you go. Now you can kind of see. If I had like an overhead camera, if I knew what I was doing camera-wise, I could have like an overhead camera and I could like switch back and forth, but I don't know how to do that. I also don't know how to do that live. So, okay. This is a terrible, terrible setup. I'm sorry. Burn art could be called fried chicken or blackened hiken. I don't know what that is. I would love a larger rooster burn. Yeah, no, I would do one if I was like commissioned to do one, but I'm not gonna do it as like a continuous series. You know what I mean? It'll be like a you gotta buy it and then I'll do it sort of thing. Let's see if I can go like this. I made that a little skinny, so I'm gonna widen that up a little bit. You can kind of see that. But that's okay because I'm gonna cover that up with some shading. And this is going to be that whatever it is. And then there's a vein that comes through here that seems to be prominent. So I'll get that in there. I always do it a little differently depending on how I think it'll flow nicely. Okay. So there's a hockey game today, Oilers against Calgary, that I'm pretty excited to watch. Okay, dumb question, but do you have a fire extinguisher nearby? Well, a fire extinguisher would be a little heavy for something like this. This isn't going to start a fire in a few seconds. I mean, maybe if I touch the paper, but I would easily be able to put that out. So no, I do not. It's not really needed in this situation. Okay, so we got our basic shape in there. See, look how lame that looks. Like that looks like what I'm trying to make it look like it, but it just, like, look at the difference. That's what this one used to look like. What a shading does, it's like works wonders. Looks so much better once you shade it. Okay, so I will go from here. Oh, you know what? I meant to time this one. Did anyone see the time when I started this one? I just wanted to see how long it took me to do. Scrap Girl 82 says, "Dude, Oilers all the way." Yeah, are you local? Are you excited to see the Cassian Kachuk resolve at all? Because I am. Okay, so now we go like this. So just to give it that look, so this right here is just texture. It's not really meant to follow the shape necessarily. It's just supposed to add some shading. So then in here, to add a little bit to the shape, I just go like this a little bit, right? Kind of just scribble that in there. Doesn't have to be super neat because you cover it up with more shading after. But the darker ones, you kind of want them to be where you expect them to be, if you will. I don't know if that made much sense. Hopefully it did. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Okay. So then we have a little bit more done. Still looks super lame, right? From Ontario, but to be fair, we only have the Leafs. I used to watch hockey, but don't watch it much anymore, but I still look at the stats and news. I'm a Washington Capitals fan. Okay. Chris McCoy, what happened to DCL? Yep, skin branding. What? You're going to get branded? Saskatchewan doesn't have a team because no one wants to live there, bro. It's too flat. It's too boring. What you need is some incentive, like you know, the freezing cold, like what we have here. I guess you guys are just as cold. Yeah, I don't know, man. Did Saskatchewan ever have a team? I don't think so. But I remember, like, Montreal had a couple teams, right? They had, like, the Nordiques or the Nordiquois. But now they have the Montreal Canadiens, right? They changed their names, or did two teams merge or something like that? I don't remember. I'm not really into deep hockey history, so I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff. All right, let's put some more veins in there a little bit. So for this part, I kind of like, so I have, for whatever reason, I get the shakes. It's very annoying, but if I'm just loose with it, man, it just makes a good shape, I think. Right, so we'll go like that. There we go. Go like that to give that some love. And I'm not very deliberate on how I work on these. I just kind of go here and there and kind of everywhere. And then, let's see here. This one is kind of a... There we go. Okay. I'm going to get this in here. I'm going to run for now. I'm having some weird chest pain, says Hannah. Well, that sucks. All right. Well, thanks for being here. See you next time. All right. Oh, the Quebec Nordiques or Nordiquois became the Colorado Avalanche. I see. I'm a Penguins fan. Hockey is so cool to watch live. Ah, Sidney Crosby. He's a really good player. He's like one of the best to ever play the game, which is pretty cool to be able to watch him in action. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Penguins, but I am a huge fan of greatness. And he is good, right? What did they used to call him? The next one? Like, Wayne Gretzky was the great one. Sidney was the next one. McDavid's called McJesus because he's so freaking good. Who else? What's that guy on Calgary? What's his name? What do they call him? The kid? Or something? Or what do they call him? The young one? What do they call him? I forget. Does anyone know what is anyone here a Calgary fan? What's the guy, your small guy? I forget what his name is. But what's his moniker? I forget. And then there's Getzlaff for the Ducks. His moniker is the asshole. It's not actually, but I can't stand that guy. Melissa Archbold. She says, these hearts are awesome. What a good idea. Well, thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. Okay, right there. Okay, put some more texture in there. There we go. So I'm trying to watch for the comments as well as doing this. But now we're just talking to Melissa, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves, I guess. The next wood burning project I think I'm gonna do, besides the hearts, I think I'm gonna do on plywood, and we'll see how that works. I'm gonna do it on a higher quality plywood, maybe even like an oak plywood. But I just need a nice big piece, and I don't want it to have two grain patterns on it because I think it'll take away from the picture. So using plywood will probably mitigate that a little bit. There we go. Hi Josh, I want to tell you my daughter's name is Ashley Rose. Isn't that your wife's name? It is. My middle name is Rose and my cat's name is Lily Rose. That's the kind of wood burner I need for the wood finish. Would make making the scale so much faster. Yeah, dude, get one. It's awesome. In my opinion, it's awesome anyways. You can get one that has like two ones, or one that just has one. I decided to get the one that has two because switching between them is easy, and they heat up fast as heck. but then you don't have to change your tips if you want to use more than one tip. Like it comes with a few different types of tips, but I've only used these two so far. My middle name is Rose. My cat's name is Lily Rose. Oh, I read that one. Johnny Hockey. Yeah, Johnny Goudreau. Johnny Hockey. Yes, that's what they freaking call him. Oh wait, that's a different guy. No. What? No. Is that what they call him? Is Calgary the proper way to say Calgary? You can say Calgary, or you can say Calgary, or you can say that other city in Alberta. I think you should make a heart that looks like a strawberry. I can make a strawberry that looks like a strawberry. Ooh, actually, holy shit. Okay, I think you mean like 3D, right? Like a sculpture? Hell yeah. That's such a good idea. I like that. What was your original inspiration for these hearts? Your own heart issues or when you married Ashley? My own heart issues. I've made these things before I even married her. I didn't make these, sorry, but I made heart art before. Okay, so that strawberry, I'm going to make a 3D heart, but it's going to be like, it's going to have like the seeds in it like a strawberry. No one steal that idea, even though it's not my idea, but still. Actually, maybe it's already been done because that's an awesome idea. You're going to let us know what model of wood burner you bought down in the description, right? Okay, so no, I'm not because I don't know what it's called. It's this one. Just go on Amazon and just type in Pyrography wood burner or something like that, and it'll be the Chinese black one that looks like this. It's like $150. There's one seller who's selling it for $180 and one seller who's selling it for about $150. So I bought the cheaper one because it's the same freaking thing. I love watching your art from form. From what it looks like in the beginning to the end is like magic. Beautiful magic. Well, thank you. She's talking like I'm paying her to say that, but I'm not. All right, there we go. I'm sorry that my hand probably keeps getting in the way there. This is really interesting to watch, Josh. Fascinating. Baltic birch plywood is what you would need, Josh. Well, I have some Baltic birch plywood now, but the thing is that stuff I don't know. It's kind of soft. I want oak. It's way harder. If you know what I mean, right? So, I don't know what I'll do. We'll see. Since I already have some Baltic birch, maybe I will, maybe I'll use that. Just because I already have it. Scrap Girl says, Calgary or Calgary. Yeah, you can say it both ways. Where did you get that one from? I got it from Amazon. Does the handle get warm? The handle does get warm, but like I've been running this for how long have I been live here? An hour already? And like it's fine. Like it's not too hot. Like I can feel the warmth coming through. I'm sure if I used it for much like way longer it would. But like I made what four the other day or something like that, one after the other. And I don't know how long have I been working on this one so far? Like 20 minutes, half an hour? I don't know. So they take like 40 minutes to make. Seems like you were able to immediately begin using this and make art like a duck to water. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Johnny Hockey gave himself that nickname, apparently even trademarked it. That's wait, okay, is Johnny Hockey the guy on Calgary? On the Calgary team? Because I don't know his actual name. Because isn't there like Mr. Hockey? The guy who died, what was it, 2 years ago? Mr. Hockey? Because that guy or if you give yourself a nickname, that's like one of the least coolest things you can do. That's like telling people. Well, I don't know how to compare it to anything else. Giving yourself your own nickname. Oh, and by the way, yesterday someone asked me. Her name was Stupid Mom, and I thought she was a troll at first, but she wasn't. Uh, she told me that I was rude because I didn't answer her question, but I actually just forgot to answer her question. Um, um, is Danger my real middle name? Because on my Facebook, that's my middle name. No, that's not my middle name. Sorry that you thought I was rude. I didn't mean to be. I didn't see that comment though. Ashley told me that she said that, so I was like, oh, my bad. Okay. My dad had a Maurice the Rocket Richard coach one of his hockey games. Dad has pics of him. Nice. My dad had Maurice the Rocket Richard coach one of his hockey games. Okay, there we go. So is this similar to a wood burner? It's exactly a wood burner, I would say. Find oak pallet, Josh. Sometimes a person can get them for free. Oh yeah, but then it's way narrower and then I have to make them smaller. The thing that I want to make, the other thing, I need a much wider thing, and I don't want to be laminating anything because I want the grain to be consistent over, or I want it to transition without any sharp lines for the other thing that I want to make. So pallets wouldn't work. I one time made a pallet flag, uh, sidebars of our flag on there. It looks so dope. I wish I would have sanded the wood though to make the grain pop, but I didn't. I sold that at an art walk. I wonder if the guy bought it just for the nice wood. And he was like, I don't need it to be a flag. I'm going to use this wood for my own woodworking projects. That's what I thought the person who wanted this one, because it was chestnut, I thought maybe they wanted to buy this one because it's chestnut, and chestnut is super, super rare. You can't cut it down because of, there was like a disease that went through and destroyed almost all the chestnut trees. So any old growth chestnut trees, they're super rare and they're protected, at least in this area. Well, we don't have any here, but wherever they are, they're like in BC and stuff. They have some in BC. There are some in Alberta, but it's not really. But anyways, you can only cut down chestnut that's grown to be cut down. You know what's kind of cool though? Like the pine killed, or the pine beetle killed pine trees and spruce trees and fir trees, or their beetle killed. That wood was useless, so they were burning it all, like starting the forest on fire to get rid of it so it wouldn't decimate the entire population of trees. But the stuff that they didn't burn, they managed to harvest it. They killed the beetles, and then they harvested the wood, and the wood is so cool. It's like, it's got like a blue to it. You guys should look it up if you haven't seen it. Go Google pine beetle killed lumber or something like that, and it's sold at a premium because it just looks so freaking awesome. I wish I could get some, just because it's so neat. It's like it looks, literally it looks blue. It's really pretty looking. We bought an old chestnut barn beam for a mantle. Yeah, that was probably expensive, huh? Oh, Melissa's leaving. See ya. What time is it in Canada? Well, in this part of Canada, it's... Okay, turn that down a little bit. There we go. Let's see if I can get to it. Yes, Monterey pines in our area. Beetle killing the trees. Yeah, that sucks. We bought an old chestnut. Oh, I already read that. Guess Saskatchewan is an hour ahead of Alberta. Yeah, it is. Trying to find this on Amazon. How many tips did yours come with? I don't know. A bunch, like 20 or something? Maybe not that many. Maybe like 10. I don't know. It's a black box, right? Like you can see that, right? Like that's exactly what it is. Just I found it on the Amazon.ca site, not the .com site, because Canada, right? So that could be a factor. So if you find it, if you go onto the Canadian site and then just click on it, add it to your cart, and then move over to the American site, that might work. Okay. Let's turn that down a little more. Oh, this I should probably burn that a little darker. I have 2 chestnut trees in my garden, planted when kids were young. We have lots here in Dublin. They put it in formality in a jar. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Hit thumbs up if you are watching. Thank you. It's 22:50 in Netherlands. What is that? That is 8 o'clock, right? No, that is 10 o'clock. 10, that's 11 o'clock almost, right? We have a beetle kill pine all over the place in the Rocky Mountains here in Colorado. It is very pretty. Yeah, the trees, like they're all dying, but like if you are able to harvest it, man, it looks nice. The only thing is that it's hard to bring over borders and stuff, right? It has to be safe. It has to be inspected and all that jazz, right? Same with Dutch elm disease. I don't know if that would ever look cool, but killed all the what is it? Deciduous trees or something? I don't know. So that was a bummer for whenever that was a big thing. I mean, we still have like signs that say help stop the spread of Dutch elm disease. Don't bring lumber or don't bring wood into across the border or something like that. And it'll be like for campers and stuff who are bringing their own firewood because firewood costs money. So if you don't chop down your own, so people often bring their own firewood, but then if they don't burn it all, they like leave it in they'll whatever these organisms that are causing the damage, they find their way into fresh trees and then they multiply and then you're screwed. Okay, this one's coming along now. I have made bows out of it. Elm is a very, very light colored when dry, but very soft. Elm trees, okay, so here in Edmonton, they cut down or are going to cut down hundreds of elm trees that are lining the streets so they can put in an overhead rail system. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm pretty sure there's some companies that are snatching those up because elm is a very nice wood. It's a good, it's a versatile wood, I guess you could say. It's pretty strong. So, but anyways, they're cutting it down, and I was hoping that I would get some. There's a elm tree that's by the dump that was cut down because it fell. Some of it fell on the road, so they just cut the whole thing down. And there's these huge stumps that I just want to go grab, but they're way too heavy. I can't lift them. I would need like a forklift. But I see them there. What do you call it? I want to make a mill. so I can mill my own lumber. And I have some, they're just spruce, but I have some spruce stumps, like pretty long ones. I could make some. Now the thing about spruce is it warps easy because it's a soft wood, but I could make some slabs out of it. And if I reinforce the slabs with steel, I think I could keep them straight, and then I could make some cool tables out of them. The only thing is that it's since it's spruce, it'll crack like mad. So I'd have to do some treatment to it to make it stay good. But anyways, that's something that I would like to do. You can burn leather with that tool too. Cool. What else can that tool burn or surfaces you can use that on? I have no idea. You can burn plastic. This desk is plastic, and I stuck it on here a couple times by accident. Back to work now. Have an awesome day, everyone. Looking forward to just joshing with Dakota later. Don't burn out, Josh. Yeah, if you guys are following us over there, I released it early today. The last couple weeks I did it like late, but that's because like we just barely got it. Now this episode, it's lacking a little bit because Dakota was really tired because he worked and then he came over. If you watched yesterday's live, then you saw that. But it's still a fun. It was still a fun episode. We didn't have a topic this time, so we kind of just ranted, more or less. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let's get that darkened up in there. Heck yeah. There, that looks way more 3D now. Chestnut blight killed a lot of them, but there's still quite a few here. Missouri is growing Chinese chestnut trees. We also have Ozark chestnut. Oh, okay, okay. Have a good rest of the day, Smurf M. I would be. It would be neat to do some engraved leather bracelets with that tool. Yeah, it could be. I have some leather. Maybe I'll try it. I probably won't try it, but maybe at some point I will. I won't make bracelets because that's not my thing, but I don't know. Make Hank a collar. Oh, I could do that probably. That's a good idea. I could make him a hunting collar, you know, like one that protects his neck from wolves. We don't really have wolves here. They're pretty rare in this area, but or cougars. He would not stand a chance against a cougar though, or a wolf really. Or maybe he would. I don't know. Maybe he'd surprise me. I would be neat to do. Oh, I already saw that. Hi, oh, this is Noreen. Noreen, I got your CD yesterday. Well, we actually talked on Instagram after, so you already know that. But still. Very nice carving, whoops, says Chris McQuagg, but he probably is talking about elm or something. We have B on it. It's also the same power supply. Is it? It has an old pin in it. Thanks, Christine. I have 2 chestnut trees in my garden, planted when kids. What? Hold on. What did Christine say? I bet the mantle is beautiful. Yes, it is. Okay. We have beetle killed formaldehyde. Elm trees. Yep, elm. Sucked. Elm killed the elm trees. Dutch elm killed the elm trees. Right. This looks like it. Hang wire wood burning kit with 2 wood burners, 20 pyrography wire tips, and digital adjustable temperature control for wood, leather, and gourd. Yeah, that's probably it. I've made bows out of it. Oh, that's what's good carving. All right, okay. Folks, if you search for 60-watt 110-volt wood burning tool on Amazon, you'll see it. However, there's only one left. Who's gonna get it? Okay. Almost done this one. This is taking a minute though, huh? It's taking a long while to do this one. Ash died back here in the UK too. Fires in my area. PGE related fault by lack of upkeep. PGE is cutting all the trees in our area near the power lines along the road down, leaving a mess behind of our beautiful forest. PGE sucks. What is PGE? Pretty great environment? No, that can't be it. Alright, let's get some veins in here and then call it a finished piece. We also have to put some stuff in here. Give this looking snazzy. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hi, Josh from Marysville, California. Well, hello there, Deb. The one I mentioned is $119 on US Amazon, and there's more than one. Okay. Oh, 119 American is probably around 150 Canadian. I paid like $147 plus whatever shipping was. Something like that. I can't remember exactly. But I was like, man, I need to get me one of those. And you know what I was looking for? I was looking for hardware for my freaking my bathroom doors. And then I just got sidetracked. Okay. Pacific Gas and Electric has screwed up too many things, not maintaining lines, etc. It's sad that people lost their lives due to their negligence. I can't afford a wood burning tool yet. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to be done this one here in a bit, I think. There we go. Excellent. Okay, oh, I forgot about this freaking thing. Okay, this doesn't need too much. Just needs to look natural. Josh, get chestnuts and plant them on your land. They are so easy to grow. Lovely white flowers in spring. Well, I would need to get chestnuts somewhere. I don't know where I'd get them from, but... And then when my grandkids are dead, it'll be a nice big tree. That'll be fantastic. Can't wait. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's coming along. It's coming along. Okay, now we gotta get this area in here. And if you don't plant them, what will your grandchildren be sitting under? I got plenty of trees already. I'm not gonna have grandkids though, because you gotta have kids to have grandkids. I'm just kidding. I might have kids someday. I don't know when, but not right now, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now it's starting to look like something. Now it's starting to look like something the cat dragged in. Right? Because they like organs, get it? Ooh, I actually like that little detail right there. Bam. That makes it look more like twisty. Right? Just see how like I did this part right here? I made it go up a little bit. I like that. I like that. Okay. Doesn't look like anything my cat drags in. Oh, you must not let him out that often. If you let him out more, he will definitely. I'll just be like, hey, what's up? This is a heart I found. Here's a dead mouse, and here's a heart. He does sound like Bob Ross right now, but in his own way. Those are fighting words. Just kidding. Good old Bob Ross. He was just like, you know what? I'm sick of being a drill sergeant. I can't yell anymore. I lost my voice. I'm gonna paint. Was he actually a drill sergeant though? I heard he was a drill sergeant, which just seems like the exact opposite of what he was on TV. Okay, gotta turn that down a little bit. Turn that down. All right. My sister is a grandma with no kids of her own, as her common law husband has a grandchild. Lucky lady. I see. Common law. That was invented so the government could still make money off of you. Brutal, hey? Well, you guys aren't married? Why have you been together for a while? Psych! Still get money off of you then. I don't actually know if that's true, I just made that up, but that sounds like it's probably true. So don't take my word for it, I totally made that up just now. Josh, your desk looks like an old 1950s police desk from the movies. I believe it is. Well, this is a. I think he got it from the city. I'm not sure though. I can't remember. I can't remember. But anyways, it was like a military desk at one point or something like that. It's pretty cool though. Sounds like fingernails on sharp. Yeah, sorry. The wood is hard, so it's, well, even if it was soft, it's just that look. Sorry, I know that's an annoying sound. I'm just trying to get like this little bit of shading in here. I just need it to be like variant, right? So that it does its thing. That's pretty freaking good, guys. I mean, not to brag, but I'm definitely bragging. For someone who doesn't know what they're doing, this is pretty good. I'm just gonna make this part come out a little bit more just to give it some more shape. There we go. There we go. There we go. He's gone again. Or she's gone again, I guess. I should have known. I couldn't win. Guys, I wish I could sing. But I can't. Okay. I think I'm going to call her good there. I think. As I keep going. Okay, that's good. Turn that up to 11. Peaceful, Josh. Love it. These really do look good. You're very talented. Well, thank you. How many hearts are you making? I'm making 2 more. So let's get this one. Switch things here. Bam. Heat this sucker up. This mother sucker. There we go. There we go. We'll go like this. Bam. So if you want one of these, make sure you email me. And that'll just be orderfromjosh@gmail.com. They're 50 bucks Canadian. So I don't know how much that is American. 30 something probably. Maybe 40 bucks. I don't know. So you can kind of get a and what goes into it now. I forgot to time myself, but whatever. This is number 8. There we go. Number 8. Done. Done, my friends. Okay, I'm gonna give this machine just a couple minutes of cool down time. The handle still isn't super hot or anything. I just don't want I don't want to run into any issues with it, just in case, you know. Suck. If I was just like, because I just bought it, right? So if it screwed up, that would suck. You could do that to cutting boards. That would be cool too. Love it. I probably wouldn't do it to a cutting board. Maybe I'd do it to the underside of a cutting board that was a raised cutting board. Maybe I'd do it to that. I grew up on a ranch in South Dakota, and we used to eat beef heart. Looking at those kind of makes me hungry, just saying. You could do that. Oh, cat killed a magpie and is now in a continued epic battle with his victim's widow. We catch glimpses of some wild behavior. Yes, he's entitled to, isn't he? Said Cash. You should brag, says S. Temple. And then he says, yes, he's entitled. Okay, I get it. I was kidding, by the way. I think it'd look good, but I mean, they're also not that hard to do. I've made, so today I made 2. I've only made 2 so far. And they still need to be oiled. But I will oil them to give it like a nice sexiness. And the oil over time will treat the wood and it'll darken it up. This is chest, so it's a totally different type of wood, but this didn't used to look this dark, but now it is. Very, very nice. S. Temple has a whole bunch of broken hearts. Josh, you like to do demotivational signs. Do broken hearts. Beef heart and potato. Yummy. I grew up with that. I grew up on a ranch in South Dakota, and we used to eat beef heart looking. Oh, okay, I already read that. Okay, so about 45 minutes to do one of them, I guess. So that's not so bad, right? So that's like almost $1 a minute. How much is that an hour? I don't know. So I think $50 is a fair price. I still have to oil them, mind you, and then they have to cure. But yeah. You ever try staining wood with tea or coffee? I have done that for some weathering for a prop that I made. But other than that, no, not really. I love the Heartburn name for any of the wooding pieces because all your art is a work of hearts. Yeah, that name actually came from another person. I think her name was Nancy, I want to say. I gave her a shout out on my vlog where I make these at the end. Was it the one that I uploaded yesterday? I don't know. It'd be awesome if you went and watched it though. Will you be passing one of those shirts on to Steven? He reminds me so much of you and is doing so well with his channel. I think you inspire him. I don't know if I inspire him at all, but if he wants one, I'll give him one for sure. Did you get the JA in the left right corner of the last one? Oh, you know what? I didn't do it in either of them, so let's do that, shall we? Good catch. Good catch. Not up to 11 there. Oftentimes the signature ruins a piece of art, which sucks. But this actually doesn't look that bad. There we go. We'll just give this a few more minutes to cool down. There we go. There we go. I'm the one who gave the desk to Josh. The place that I was working for used it in the 1950s for clearing space in the warehouse, and it followed me home. Then it followed Josh home. And it has one that's like bigger than this, like the kind that has drawers on both sides, which I would like to have, but this one is perfect. Did you get the J? Oh, I already read that. Or steel wool soaked in vinegar. I've seen that, and that raises the grain nicely if you're trying to make like a weathered look. And apparently it gives it like a kind of effect. I haven't used it, but I've seen it. Turn it up to 11. You're killing me, Smalls. The mighty Rev. I don't get it. Smalls? Who's Smalls? LOL Sandlot. Oh, is he from the Sandlot? Smalls? Anyways. This is... Oh, the machine is a little warm. It has cooling fins on it, but it doesn't have an actual fan. Oh wait, it might have a fan on the bottom. Okay, yeah, it does have a fan, I guess. Or something. Or no, it doesn't. Does it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Cool it down with water. Make sure it's plugged in so you know it's working. Okay, shall we start on the next one? This time we'll time it so that we actually have the perfect idea of how long it takes. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have my freaking breakfast here. My lunch. It's orange. Okay. Got my vitamin C in me. Let's do that. Okay. We're at An hour and 39 minutes. Josh, were you able to let Dakota borrow a respirator? I was. Noreen said I was the GOAT at art. Well, thank you. I think I'm pretty good, but definitely not the greatest of all time. Thank you. Okay, as soon as that turns to 140, I'm starting, okay? Ready. And 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Bam. Okay, starting. Now this isn't a race. I'm not going to hurry. I'm just going to see how long it takes at my regular leisurely pace. Okay. Okay, so now we'll go like this. Why do I always do it down there? I don't mean to, but I freaking always do. Okay. Something like that, I think, will do. Make that look like that. Make that look like that. And that look like that. There we go. Bam! Bam! Let's see here. Now I want this part to go like that. That'll cover up that one this time. Then we'll go like this artery goes up like this. I bought a medical one of these hard things, but because I was going to use it to make a sculpture. Here's another thing that I'm going to do at some point. Do I want to say? Yeah, I'll say it. It's probably been done before anyways. But I'm going to make a heart of gold. So it's going to be a sculpture that's a heart that's painted gold. Or like gold leaf or plated in actual gold. I'm not sure exactly. But I think that's a cool idea. So I'm going to do that at some point. Martha says, name my son Alexander after you. No, she didn't. She said, after Worf's TV son. Trump is between what? So Wisconsin is the same time as Saskatchewan. You asked about saving your heart. Was Jay, you asked about saving your heart. Talent. Oh, you're talking about formaldehyde? Right. I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Okay, now. Oh, you know what? I made it too far to the right, unfortunately. So. Ah, it's okay. This, bam. There, just make the arteries a little longer, and then we're saved by the freaking genius of what do you call it? Problem solving. There we go. Perfect. That works. That's a shape that I haven't worked with yet. But that'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Able to talk and act normal in front of a camera. Well, if you watch my earlier videos, I sucked. I was pretty awkward. Because it's weird talking to nobody. Like, even though I'm talking to you guys right now, you're not in front of me. I can't see you. I don't know what you look like. I don't know what you're acting like. I don't know what you're doing. Are you sitting on your couch? Are you sitting at your computer, at the computer desk? Are you, whatever. It's weird. So it's still weird. You get used to it. So if I'm talking to someone, but if I'm not talking to someone, it's weird. A little bit. But also, I never minded being the center of attention, or like, cause I don't have like social anxieties and stuff for the most part. I mean, I guess sometimes I probably do, but for the most part, I don't. Or if I'm nervous, like say I go into like a gallery or something like that, and I want them to carry my work, I might be nervous about that because it's hard to get into a gallery just by walking in and saying hi to them. Lots of galleries actually hate that, but you don't know if you don't know what their policies are. And since that's the way I like to typically work, because I like people to know me so that they will want to carry my work, that's just the way I do it. And then, so that's nerve wracking. But again, that's not on video. So it's a little different. One of my friends, I guess he's not really my friend, but another artist that I'm a fan of, I bought Ashley one of his photographs. It's in our room. It's the one that's on the brick wall. If you've seen that. So I'm going to be heading over to that city that he lives in. It's like a mountain city called Canmore. And anyways, he has a gallery there. It's not like a gallery where he would carry my work or anything like that. It's his own gallery for his own artwork. But anyways, he uh, he is a really good photographer, and so I'm gonna buy his book. I was gonna pre-order it yesterday for Ashley for our anniversary because she really loves his work, but they only take credit card, and I don't have a credit card, so I was like, okay, well maybe I'll come down and see you, and so he said that there. I may as well go to some of the other galleries, some of the painting galleries, so that I can maybe get my work into there. I don't know. We'll see. That was a long way to say that. I could have said I plan on going into some galleries, anyways. But if you guys like that painting or that photo that we have, you might like his work. You might want to check out his book. He's having a pre-order right now, so um, Brandon T Photography. Brandon T Photography. Check him out. You might enjoy it, or you might not. Whatever. It's up to you, of course. I really like it. We're gonna get his book and do that. I've been thinking of like if I were to ever write a book, what would I put into it? And I think I have this cool idea. Now I'm not planning on doing a book, so don't take this as that because like I don't have nearly enough uh, interest in stuff like that. Like people interested in my work for that to be something that's worth doing for the cost that it costs to do. But I would make it like a mixed interest book, if that makes sense. So like I do like put some of my art in it, put some of my storytelling in it, put like some cartoons. I've been thinking about doing like a comic strip, but just every once in a while just have like a funny comic strip of one that I draw and then write. But I was trying to find the right avenue to do it, but maybe I'd put it in there as just as like a thing. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Does that make sense? My book would be titled My ADD Life. That's a good title. My book would be called uh, My Brother's Name is Jakota, not Dakota. That's what I would call it. No, I wouldn't call it that, but that would be a funny name. They don't take Visa debit? Yeah, they do. I just don't have one. Oh, Visa debit. No, they don't. That's not really a thing here in Canada. Or I guess it's kind of becoming that, but not really. All right. Let's get this bottom shaded in here. Turn it up to 11 again. I turned it down, but I need to turn it back up. Yeah, I really need to get like a little fan. But like this is not the best situation. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm in Canada. I buy everything online with Visa debit. Oh, okay, well, I don't have that. My bank is ATB. I don't have a Visa debit. Uh, I'm in Canada. I buy everything online. I know Dakota has a Visa debit actually with TD Bank, but I have a bank that's like just provincial. It's just in my province. And I know for a fact I don't have it because I would use it if I did. Also, I should say, when you buy something from me and you use Google Pay, I can't actually accept that. We don't have that here either, or I just don't know how to use it. But it looks like I can't use that. So, yeah, only use the methods that we actually give you because those are the ones that we know we can accept. So credit card, PayPal, e-transfer if you're Canadian, and cash if you're local. You do PayPal? I do PayPal. You should journal some of your accomplishments, ideas, and life stories. Who knows? Sometime in the future, you may write a book. Have a go. Have a great day. Or have to go. Have a great day. Yeah. Man, that burner works slick. The company should pay you for advertising. Dude, they're Chinese. They're not going to pay no one. The book would be titled. Oh, okay. Uh, you should do a book, just antics, art, etc. Yeah, it would be like a mixed book. Like it'd be like biography slash here's a story that I made up. Actually, someone sent me like a, a mock book cover that I thought was quite hilarious actually. Um, so like the idea is there. I just don't want to do it right now because I can't afford to. Publishing a book, that's freaking expensive. But also, I would need people to want to buy it, and it would probably be expensive because I can't afford to do that. So maybe I'll do like a self-published dealio at some point. I don't know. I have no idea what goes into it. Oh, you know what? The little dog needs to go outside, I think. So I will be right back. Talks amongst yourself. I'm back. Chestnuts grow reasonably fast. Oh, do they? Okay. Okay. There we go. My friend publishes on Amazon. He explained it once how it works. Okay. Start gathering your material now for the book later. I've been writing my family history one couple at a time. I'm putting all of it on Internet Archive for free. Okay. I can't afford to work a lot for free though. It's not really my not really in a position to do that, you know what I mean? Maybe if I was, I would. I don't know. I have a lot of people suggesting that I do give away a lot of things that I make, but I can't do that. And like donating to like causes, and I wish I could, like the Australian fires. If I could, I would, but I just simply cannot afford it. Maybe if it was something that didn't cost me anything to do, then I could, but that's not very impactful. So I just simply can't. It's not that I don't want to. I would love to. I can't. Although I suppose I could do like if I did a thing where it was like a portion of the. I can't just give thousands of dollars away because. Oh, you know what's crazy? Our government almost made it so like there was no such thing as tax receipts for your charity donations and stuff. But there was so much backlash that it didn't actually work. Or maybe that was just some sort of smear campaign. I'm not sure if it was super legit or not. I think it was though. Everyone loving this vid. Live likes and thumbs up almost the same. There would there wouldn't be a whole lot of interest in my family history. I'm doing it so it doesn't get lost. Ah, I see. I thought maybe you were someone or your family was someone that people wanted to read about or something like that. I get it. Okay, now, see if we can get this in here. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, let's turn that down a little bit. Time is money, and many have to use their time to earn a living. That's true. How about doing a chicken and call it roasted chicken? Oh, that's funny. That needs to be a bit of that. There we go. Okay. I bought new speakers just for this. Really? So I have to do some pre-drawing or something like that. See, if it's paint, it's easy because you can just paint over it. But wood burning, you can't really just go over it again. For the most part, I guess sometimes you can. Depends on where you're at. I don't know. I'm actually not even that good at this. Like you can see, there's people who are like super good at doing pyrography. Like they do like animals that look like photorealistic. This is definitely not photorealistic. This is just like, I don't know. This is actually the last one I have to make, but I have one more left over. I would most likely burn myself more than the actual wood I was burning. Oak has a sweet, smoky smell to it, says Chris. Really? You think it smells good? Earlier you were saying it smelled disgusting on in the comments, but you were talking about the about when you cut it, which I totally agree. It smells awful when you cut it. I hate the smell of it. It smells like antlers almost. Uh, this smells not good when it's burning. It smells gross. I think oak in general is just an ugly wood, and yeah, I don't like it. Oak is ugly. Like, to me, oak is a paint grade wood. But you can make cool things out of oak, right? Because it's really strong. So normally I don't stain hardwoods or like these types of woods or exotic woods or anything like that. Mostly it's just like SPF. But oak, I would stain oak just because it's ugly, uninteresting. It's all orangey. I don't know. It has its place, of course, but I don't know. I just don't like it. My favorite, black walnut. Any walnut really is nice, but black walnut, oh man, so nice. Okay. Glad you're feeling a little better, Matt. Mahogany stain on oak is beautiful. Is it? I think I used that. That's some stain over there that I used on the poplar. For that one heart that I did. I showed it yesterday. Uh, what is bad about wood burning is that when you accidentally drop the burning tool and go to catch it as a reflex. Yeah. All right, let's get this thing hunky-dory done. I just have a few more shading bits in here. Go like that, go like that, go like that, go up in here. Get this area nicely shaded in. Might have to go up a little bit here. There we go. I like that. Okay, now this area, I have to fix this so this looks natural, so it doesn't look like I added like a weird blob in there. Let's turn that down a little bit. When I worked at Tim Hortons as a teen, as a donut maker. What? That reminds me of a sick story. Okay, CRA, Canada Tax has new rules on donations. All charities must enter each into CRA's online system so the tax receipt arrives in the mail from door-to-door canvassers now. They leave a non-tax slip. Okay. Just occurred to me, Josh, but ash, no pun intended, might be a good choice also. Well, the reason why I'm using oak is because I have it. I'm just using any wood that I have that's too small to use for other things. Like, I mean, I made like cake knives and stuff out of scrap wood like this, so I'd make like this, I don't know, just not my jam. And plus, it's got like a really coarse grain, so it's like, it lifts easily. It's kind of like bamboo in a way. So it's just not, I don't know. It's not good. But it can be good. You can use it to make nice stuff, for sure. It's just, on its own, I'm not like, that's a pretty wood. But sometimes, man, you make, some people make the nicest stuff out of it. And then it gives it a, it vindicates it, you know? Luthier, word of the day. Someone who makes guitars, huh? Scrap Girl got rid of all the orangey oak in the house. Painted it or replaced it. What? Chris has a thing. We were warned that if we dropped the flipper sticks to not catch them, as someone had tried and put hands into a hot 700-degree oil. What the heck? Flipper stick? What's a flipper stick? and his skin peeled off like melted candle wax. When I worked at McDonald's, I heard a story about a guy who stuck his hand in the deep fryer, like for fun. He thought it would be funny. I wasn't there when it happened, and I don't think I worked with the person who did it, but I heard that on my first day. He was like, they're like, okay, don't put your hand in here no matter how funny you think it is. I was like, why the heck would I think that's funny? They're like, oh, well, we had some people here, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. What a weird thing to do for fun. Hey, you want to get your hand melted off? That sounds like fun. Let's do it at work. Sure. I did, however, tell my supervisor that I wanted to melt her face in the bun toaster. And I got fired for that. I've only been fired twice. But I've had way more than 2 jobs. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Hi Josh, how are you feeling today? I hope you are well and spirits high. I'm feeling good. It's how we flip the donuts over. Oh, okay. So what? That was when they used to make them fresh, right? I love donuts. I used to like Tim Hortons. I still like them, but ever since they stopped making fresh donuts, because I don't drink coffee, but apparently the coffee's gone downhill, and McDonald's bought the recipe off of Burger King, because Burger King bought Tim Hortons, and they Americanized it. They try to they put like so many sandwiches on the menu now instead of just like bagels and like just breakfast sandwiches. Now they have like burgers and stuff. It's weird. It's like I thought this was a donut shop. It is a donut shop, but they don't make the donuts fresh anymore. Also, they barely put any filling in them anymore either. Just the way, just the way you hate it. um, but now they come in a big box frozen and then they cook them. Yeah, I love oak. Must be because I'm English. Blonde, mid, dark, not all lovely for different things, and it lasts and lasts. Okay, there are some oaks that do look nice, but this white oak, it's not nice. We have some handmade donuts down the street. So good. Homemade donuts. I'm not into graphic shirts, but on another episode you put out the thought of heartburn merch. I think it would fly. Well, thank you. I'm going to do that. Not near as fresh now. Was way better made fresh and warm. What is the time at? Oh, we're at 2:14. Okay, I'm almost done here, so before I get too I was only able to go to a Tim Hortons once before they went bankrupt here in Minnesota. There's something in this pocket. Did you guys watch my fan mail opening video? There's a paper towel in my pocket. Is this someone's like nose Kleenex? It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it was supposed to be in there. There's not one in this one though. Okay. It's hard to know when you're done, you know? You're like, oh, there's some up there that could be done. Darken that up a little bit. Make this go into here like this a little bit. Bam. There we go. That looks better. Put that up like that. Go like this. Bring that into there. Okay. Does anyone here live in LA by chance? My mother-in-law had 6 children and would make homemade donuts using Pillsbury biscuits. Cut the hole out and fry. Nice. Take total time -5 minutes. I used to be addicted to Timmy's, but since they changed their coffee and menu, I hardly go there. I buy coffee at McDonald's now. They bought Tim Hortons' old coffee blend. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right, they bought it off of Burger King, because Burger King was going to use it. And then they were like, you know what? We already have our own coffee. Yeah, what dumbasses? Why would you, if you have like the best fast food coffee or whatever you call it, why would you sell it to freaking the biggest fast food chain on the planet, the most successful one? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, they already have better breakfast sandwiches. You're gonna give them the best coffee as well? Okay. Seems smart. All right. My eye. Smoke in the eye. Okay. Spruce up a bit. Okay. Okay. Glad you're still on. I had a shower, left to give my granddaughter a ride and home again. You're wondering what we were doing? I only have instant coffee at home. I don't waste money slash coffee. I made donuts. Don't remember the Yiddish name for it. Use pie crust or Pillsbury croissant roll pieces. I worked a couple of days at a restaurant that deep fried biscuit dough as rolls. Pretty good. We have Krispy Kreme in North Carolina. It started in Winston-Salem something, and we have them many other places in the South. They went countrywide, but didn't survive in some areas. Krispy Kreme, I love Krispy Kreme. I paid $100 for 8 hours. If you finish your bake in 6 hours, you still get paid for 8. It was awesome. It paid $100 for 8 hours. If you finish your bake in 6 hours. Oh, nice. On my wood burns, I color them with watercolor pencils. Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea. I love Krispy Kreme donuts. And I haven't even had real Krispy Kreme donuts. I've only had the ones that are like, pop-up shops here. Like they'll have like a pop-up donut shop, or they'll sell them at Walmart sometimes, like for fundraisers. Like the Boy Scouts or some shit will sell them. Frick, they're so delicious. I remember my mom bought them one time, and I was like, holy shit, what kind of donuts are these? And like, I heard about Krispy Kreme, and I was like, dude, that's just hype. Donuts are donuts, but man, they're so good. Everything that's sugary is way bigger than here in Canada. Like here, some of the restaurants, like A&W, what I always call Albert and Walters, even though that's not them, uh, they they don't even have large anymore. Like a large is like, I don't know how many ounces, but whatever. They have Their large is now a medium. Now in the US, like a large is like a freaking big gulp, and I'm like, holy crap, large? I was like, oh, I asked for a large, not a freaking fountain. And they're like, no, that is a large. I was like, oh, okay. Here, Wendy's has the same type of large. It has a huge large, which I forgot about. I don't go to Wendy's too much. I don't go to fast food places too much, but when I do, I don't know how I was gonna hand that. When I do, I get a large, and sometimes large is medium, and sometimes it's extra large. If you know what I mean. um, I used to be addicted to Timmy's. Okay, I got that. My mom used to make donuts like that too. She cut them in half. Uh, I made donuts. Don't remember the. What? How did I already read these? I wonder how different taxes. Josh, do you have any McCafes in your city yet? We have them here. No burgers and fries, and I'm just like a Tim. I'm not sure. I mean, we have McCafe in McDonald's. Glad you're still on. Okay, I already read that too. There is a Krispy Kreme not too far from me. I'm baking a potato in the oven. No donuts for me. I'm baking a potato. Oh, I already read that. You should make a burned pick of fire. Fire is hard to draw, but perhaps I would. Okay. I think we're about done here. Okay, I'm just going to put my initials in there. Now I'll do the back, switch that off to this one over here. My favorite wood is cherry. Oh, that is a nice wood, especially as it ages. We have a lot of white oak in North Carolina, and I don't care for it either. Make a burn pick of things that smoke. This is number 9. Okay. Okay, how long did that take? Let's see. 2:24. So I started at 1 hour and 40. Now I'm at 2:24. So that's 20, 40, 44 minutes. It's almost at 2:45. Now, if we take away about 5 minutes of me screwing around, then that's, but it also takes like maybe about, well, I'll oil them all at the same time, and that'll take about 5 minutes probably. I don't know. Good night from Sweden. I didn't know we had any Swedes here. Good night. Crispy is only good fresh and hot. Crispy, in my opinion, is good no matter what, except for refrigerated. Refrigerating donuts and then eating them after is not a good idea. Are your hearts on your Facebook or some to see them in full picture? I have Ushitat Facebook page. I have one there. I think I have this one. And then, yeah, so I'll probably post another picture of them. Okay, I have one left to do. So that took like 45 minutes, but the first one was estimated at 45 minutes too. So they take about 45 minutes to make. Oh. Here, I'll just put that right there so you can see it for a minute there, Brandon. What about a burn of your desired truck? Guys and some gals love trucks. Nah, that would take too long. It wouldn't look good either. Well, I'd have to make it really big for it to turn out nicely. It would look stupid. If you buy the Krispy Kreme donuts from a grocery store, put them in the microwave for about 5 seconds. Delicious. I didn't even know you could buy them from a grocery store. Matthew Fox. At least I have some peeps backing me up. What? What did Matthew say? I signed the back, yeah. I was before all this talk of donuts. Now I think I'll eat the last of the 3 I bought yesterday. I've actually never had a Krispy Kreme donut. Man, I'm definitely, my mouth is watering. I wish I had a car right now. Still good. Not good, not great, but good. The only thing good cold is ice cream, pizza, and revenge. What about KFC? That's pretty good cold, but not ice cold. Matthew doesn't like Krispy Kreme. Okay, Matthew. You know why? You know why Matthew doesn't like Krispy Kreme is because they look like beads, and he makes jewelry, so he's all about beads. Or sorry, yeah, he's all about beads being about wearing, not eating. So he's like, nah, that was a stretch, but yeah. But you don't have to pay for your health insurance, Chris McQuaig. I have to pay $326 a month for health insurance at work, plus the tax we had to pay at the end of the year. I complain too much. Nah, if you're American, you have to pay. You can get health insurance here too, but you don't need it. I'm not a fan of pizza warm, so I know I wouldn't be, and am not, of it cold. You're not a fan of pizza? Pizza tastes good in any temperature. Maybe not ice cold. Maybe not like frozen. Probably wouldn't taste good. Actually, it probably would taste fine. It's just not as enjoyable to eat. What if you took everyone's suggestion and made one giant art piece? Oh, like a blanket, right? Just have like a whole bunch. They're all slightly different sizes, but just bear with me. All right, just have this one doesn't have anything yet, but. I actually have an idea for a couple things. Hey, here's something. If you guys have keys, like regular keys, like brass keys or whatever, or any type of key really, and you don't want them, and you feel like throwing them in an envelope and sending them to my P.O. box, I definitely wouldn't be against that. I have an idea for some keys. My carbon tax alone for 1 month was over $34. Oh, dude, you're lucky. It was only $34, dude. But you don't heat your house like I do, and I don't even heat my house that much either, which is crazy. Since I'm not working on that anymore, why don't you see my face? You're gonna see the side of my face because I'm reading this right now. But you know, I can put this up here a little bit so I don't look like a weird hermit. Matthew or Chris says he pays a lot more in taxes for his power than what he actually uses. Yeah, so do we. It's insane. I pay more money in taxes for power and gas than I pay for what I actually use, and that's a very small portion of what we do pay. Yeah, taxes are pretty high here in Canada, plus your income tax. I don't really agree with the carbon tax, but I agree with like road tax, health insurance, or not health insurance, but tax for your health care. Like, it's way better because everyone can afford to get their whatever. Need a heart transplant? $0. I mean, you pay for it in your taxes, but it's not a burden. Break your leg? $0. And sometimes you don't even have to pay for your meds either. You do have to pay for your teeth and for your eye care, though, unless you have insurance. I don't think we have a carbon tax in Ontario. I don't, anyways. Really? I feel like you would be ones who definitely would, because that's kind of hypocritical of our good man Justin Trudeau. You know who needs the carbon tax? Alberta and Saskatchewan and Manitoba, the ones who actually keep this country afloat. Screw them! I don't actually know how it works exactly. I do know that it sucks. Man, being older, not old, I'm not old, but grown up, it's not so glamorous. When you're a kid, you're like, can't wait, I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want, but it all costs money. My health insurance cost me $1,200 a month. Yeah, see, that's insane. And there's so many people. I mean, maybe you're one to argue for it or against it. I don't know. But I have people always tell me, like when we bring it up on Just Joshing with Dakota or something like that, they always think, they're like, there's no such thing as free health care. Someone has to pay for it, and it's in your taxes. Word, it is in your taxes, and it's totally worth it, because I've been to the hospital, not a cent paid. We had to pay for parking. But other than that, nothing. I didn't have to pay for that. And like I don't know how much a hyperbolic, whatever. I don't know how much the chamber costs, but probably a lot of money. Probably costs a lot to run. Plus paying all the wages of all the nurses and doctors and techs and all them, free. Paid for with taxes, which I do not mind paying. But some people, good way to rob rich people of their hard-earned money. But a lot of rich people don't actually work for their money. Other people work for their money, right? They exploit it. Not everyone, of course, but a lot of people. Chris McQuaig says, yeah, we have the most trees in Canada and the most lakes. More than 50% of our oxygen actually comes from the ocean. That's a fun fact that you may not have known. More than 50% comes from the ocean. We get taxed for everything here in the States. If you poop, you get taxed. Yeah, but a lot of your tax dollars go to your military, right? So since you guys have like the most powerful military on the planet, right? You spend so much on it. It makes sense why you get taxed for everything. We get taxed for a lot of things too, but I don't think it's as bad. But there's a lot of bailouts for countries, for companies, like big corporations. Like we have this one SNC, which is a company that has like contracts for doing big construction projects. They've been I don't know if they've been found guilty. I don't know, there's some big scandal around them, but anyways, they just got another huge contract subsidized by the government. Sucks. Chris has a 100 square foot house. No, 1,100 square foot house. Okay, so 1,100 square foot house is about an average single family house, right? So that's pretty small. Like my house is 1,300 square feet, and it's pretty small. It's big enough for sure, but I wish it was bigger. I have to collect recycles and prove I cashed them in order to get medical. Yeah. Canada has the most fresh water of any country. Yes, we do. We have more lakes in Canada than the entire rest of the world combined. We have a lot of flat land here in Saskatchewan. Yeah, a lot of farms, huh? In Alberta, we have flat land, but it's mostly like rolling plains, and then we have the mountains as well. The further west you go, right on the border of BC and Alberta. Chris McQuaig says it's also an older house, 1945, but it's three full floors. Dude, I would love that. My daughter was medevaced from up north to Edmonton, and we didn't pay. Then in the hospital for 7-8 months. Yeah, imagine having to be in the hospital for 8 months plus medevaced. Like it caught like so. If you ever see like the Stars Air Ambulance calendars, that's how they make up for what they're not getting donated to them. They sell calendars, so you buy a calendar for like $25 or something like that, and like that's expensive for a calendar, but it's going to a really good cause. But a lot of the companies that sponsor Stars Air Ambulance are like gas companies and like energy companies, and they're not going to be able to do it anymore. Not that I think that they're angels, they're definitely not, but yeah. Saskatchewan can fall asleep at the wheel, roll off the road, not to worry, you may run into a cow. That'd be it. That would cost us over $1 million. Seriously, a helicopter ride to a hospital is outrageous. That would cost $1 million for a ride to the hospital. That seems excessive. But yeah, no, like I know an ambulance ride costs $800 because I had to pay for that. But sometimes you have to pay for an ambulance ride if it's not an accident. If you do something on purpose or negligence, you have to pay for it. But sometimes you don't always have to. But I had to pay $800 or $700 or $800 for an ambulance ride one time. But I didn't have to pay for anything in the hospital. And what that stay was like a month maybe or something. You don't go broke at all. Unless you have to quit your job or something and you're in the hospital because of that, but you don't have to, there's no bills. Semi hit a hockey team tour bus, killed almost all of them. Oh yeah, the hockey team, yeah. That one guy, he's able to walk again. One of the guys who was paralyzed. Last guy that fell asleep in Saskatchewan killed pretty much a whole hockey team. Oh right, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Well, obviously, what's his name was just joking, but yeah, that was sad. Everyone here they all put hockey sticks out on their front steps to kind of like honor them, and like businesses did that. Humboldt Broncos, yeah, that was them. Yeah, that's crazy. That like imagine that guy who did that. I would not want to be him. So 100 square feet or 1,000 square feet. 1,100 square feet is what he was saying. I live less than 20 minutes from that accident site. Really? My granddaughter was airlifted twice, and it was $40,000 for each flight for 26 miles. Wow. See, yeah, that's insane. So for people who argue that that's the best way to pay because they don't want to pay for other people's medical things, what if you're just banking on that you're never going to need it? That's crazy. I could never imagine doing that. I just wouldn't go to the hospital. I would die because I would die working to pay that off. I used to live in a 765 or 865 square foot house. A basketball guy died. No wonder so many people are sick. That's crazy. No one can afford to go to the hospital. That bus. See, one of the downsides of having this type of healthcare, which is usually the main argument against it, is the waiting times. So if you're not, so they see you in order of urgency. So like me, when I had carbon monoxide poisoning, I was skipped ahead of a whole bunch of people. And since I looked fine, people got pissed because there's people with broken arms in the waiting room. And they're like, hey man, I have a broken arm. And they're like, sorry, this guy gassed himself. He's going to die if we don't put him on oxygen and then put him in the chamber. They didn't say that because of, I would be not talking to you right now. That's for sure. I'm lucky I didn't get brain damage, but that's because I could afford to go to the hospital. If there was a waiting time, like when I went back to the hospital for my CAT scan, the waiting time, I was there for like 2 hours and then I decided, nah, I'm going home. That's stupid. Don't do that. But I just couldn't wait because my head was killing me. So I just didn't do it. But I wouldn't trade that to be able to pay for it and skip a line. Or to have to pay for it and skip a line. Like I wouldn't be able to, first of all. Especially with all my other expenses. Like there's no way I could afford it. But got same look when my sugars were in the 30s. I walked into ER and they like took me ASAP. Yeah, see, right? Like there's some things that you're going to die, so you got to see. A broken arm is not going to kill you. I guess it could kill you, but it's probably not going to kill you. Blue Daisy. We flew 500 kilometers plus after the hospital we lived at Ron today. Yeah, see, and that probably didn't cost you anything, right? Because of Canada. Or did it cost you something? Are you in, you say kilometers, so I'm imagining you're saying that you're in Canada. $1.7 million in medical bills here. Leukemia, bone marrow transplant, survivor with complications. Yeah. How are you ever going to pay that off? That's insanity. That is absolute insanity. That does not make any sense. Like, how are you ever going to pay for that? That sucks. That makes me sad just hearing that. I don't even know you. That's terrible. Good night from Ireland. Those arts are beautiful. First time I've managed to catch you live. It's been great, thanks. Was that a good? No, that probably wasn't a good Irish accent. I tried. But good night. I'm not sure how to say that. I can't even. Saskatchewan isn't too bad. It's just our prime minister is spending money stupidly and then taxes everyone more to make up for his bad decisions. Yeah. I'm sure it's more complicated than that because, like, I don't like our prime minister either, but I'm sure it's not as easy as people think it is. Because you also have the opposing parties who are shutting down ideas, and they do that so they can say, look at all these promises he isn't keeping. And don't get me wrong, I don't like our prime minister, and I wish he wasn't our prime minister, but there's more to it than that. Combo of Irish and Australian. Keep trying. Oh no, don't do that. You didn't like my accent? Sorry, I tried. 6 years out and I still owe 5,000. That's with insurance covers. That's just sad. Makes you want to vote for Bernie. From a Canadian perspective, Bernie seems like the best choice because we have a lot of the things that he's suggesting. We don't have free college and stuff, but we also don't go bankrupt paying for college and university. Like, to become white collar jobs, it costs way less. The one thing Canada does have is we aren't as overpopulated in many parts of Canada. Oh yeah, there's that as well. There is no good choices. We are screwed. We will take him and you can have Trump. See, lots of people say that here. They're like, you can have Justin and we will take Trump or whatever. They're like, or we'll take Trump and you can have Justin because they're both bad leaders. Thank you. That was a few years ago. Now she's 20 and studying to be a pediatric nurse herself because she says she'll know how kids feel going through it. Word. Oh, heart transplant made this family go bankrupt 5 years later? Yeah. Trump was just by my house yesterday, says Matthew. Greg Reeves says, yes. I'm not sure what he means, but okay. How long have I been on here for? Almost 3 hours. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this live on for long. Just because it's not, well, art related. Maybe I will leave it on. Oh, you take Trump. See, I'm not a fan of Trump, so no thanks. But I'm also not a fan of our leader. I don't think it would be a good trade. I don't think Trump would last here in Canada. Maybe in this province he would as like a provincial leader, but probably not in Canada overall. Man, if I had to pay money like that to stay alive, I'd tell my family sorry. Yeah, like that's insane. I barely escaped bankruptcy. Next time, I'm not so sure. Yeah. My son has a messed up heart also. They are going to check him out for a lung problem also. Dang. I'll take Trudeau anytime. He has tact. I'll gladly stick with Trudeau over Trump. I think that's accurate for a lot of people. You got to. I came late and I want to watch the beginning. Please and thanks. No, I will for a bit. Anyways, no way in hell would I stay alive. Yeah. Holy crap, I viewed when you first came live and now you're still live, lol. Like a Madness Wednesday, but a Josh version in the afternoon. What can you do to the hospital overcharge? Do unnecessary or dupe tests? What can you do? The hospital's overcharged, do unnecessary or dupe tests. I don't have experience with that, but there's no incentive to do that here, so I guess there technically is incentive because they get paid per patient. Can we trade for a year? The worst is workers' comp. Care. Not. Sell a kidney, fix your heart. I don't even make 30 grand a year, and after bills and living expenses, well, let's just say I am amazed I can feed myself at times. Guys, you should buy one of Chris's lures. He makes some excellent fishing lures. Like, I appreciate you supporting my art because I definitely need it, but I don't need it like Chris does. Matthew and Josh, are you guys close enough to see each other in real life? Well, he lives like 47 hours away from me, so if I climb a tree and he climbs a tree, we might be able to wave at each other, but it probably will be difficult. Shouldn't have to pay for love ones to get better. No compassion. LOL, Josh. Blue Daisy says, Chris, where can we see the lures? You can check out, he has a YouTube channel where he tests them. And then he also has a Facebook where he has them on there called Big Pig Baits or something like that. Love President Trump. He drives the socialist nuts when I can't. Socialism, the idea is good, but the implementation of it so far in history is terrible. Now, if you have socialism like Canada has, you're good. But if you have socialism like freaking Russia had or whatever, communism type stuff, not a good idea. Now, Bernie Sanders, he should rebrand himself and stop calling it democratic socialism and just have a new name for it. Because what he's trying to convey are good ideas, but they're so easy to twist. Like, he basically wants the US to be like Canada, affordable, so no one dies for having a cold. Let's say the flu. That's a good idea. And then for people to be against it, that just shows where you're coming from, really. If you don't care that people die because they can't afford healthcare, then you have a problem. Bernie, I don't know if he's a good leader or would be a good leader, but he seems, from a Canadian perspective, he seems to be on the up and up. Now, talking about socialism, you look at where socialism failed in history. Makes you not want to support him because socialism is a poison. When you think of it with strict socialism, you have to give up all your money to someone else who didn't earn it. But I think how he wants to do it is he wants to tax billionaires who actually, if you know how a billionaire makes their money, they don't earn their money for the most part. They probably earn beginning, perhaps. But billionaires, for the most part, do not earn their own money. Other people earn it for them by exploitation. If that's something you want to aspire to, that just says something about you more so than the idea of what Bernie is giving. And I mean, I'm not educated on it exactly, so I don't really know what else to say about it. But from a Canadian perspective, I would vote for Bernie because it seems like he wants to make it like Canada too, that because you don't have to pay for a lot of things. You pay for it in taxes, but your quality of life goes way the hell up. Your military, I mean, you got to have a good military, that's true, but I don't know, it's so complicated. It's like, politics are like it's a good way to make enemies, and I mean, that's not what I'm here for. So my opinion is that you should do what's best, and being on a team is not always what's best. Oftentimes that's what's worse. You're on a team and you want your team to win no matter how bad it is for you. And that's politics in a nutshell. Teams against teams. You have a bad leader going up against a bad leader, and then you have a leader who sounds crazy. So you're like, well, I'll pick my bad leader because he's on my team. I don't know. Bernie is a millionaire with multiple houses, and he won't pay higher taxes. But does he earn that money, or does he exploit that money? There's nothing wrong with being a millionaire. There's nothing wrong with being a billionaire. What's wrong is unethical gains. If you're gaining money off of with immoral or unethical ways, then what the hell's your problem? Why would you do that? Now, if Bernie's doing that, then screw him as well. I don't know if he's doing that. Who cares if he's a millionaire? I wish I was a millionaire. I plan to be a millionaire if I can help it. And I hope all of you can become millionaires. But if you're going to do it by exploiting people and doing unethical practices in order to gain $1 million or more, then you don't deserve that money. And then I have a problem with you. But if you're doing it ethically, like me, I'm trying to sell art. There's barely any millionaire artists out there. I would like to be one. So that's why I branch out and stuff. That's why I do YouTube. That's why when people suggest that I put less ads in my videos, I'm like, well, this is free entertainment for you. So that's why I'm putting ads on it, because I don't get paid to do it. And if I don't get paid to do it, it's not really worth my time doing it. I would still do it, but way, way less, because I would have to spend my time doing other things to make the money that I make through YouTube. You know what I mean? As I was saying, Trudeau is tactful and kind and doesn't randomly shoot off his pie hole to criticize others, like Trump does, right? And he's done stuff for personal friends of mine who, like, it's changed their life, and he did it almost direct. I don't think Trudeau is a good leader, and I wish he wasn't our prime minister, but he has done good things. For lots of people, and there must be doing something right for the amount of people who voted for him to vote for him. But again, there could be that team mentality. Military and Medicare are already socialist, aren't? Yeah, those are socialist ideas. Same with public transportation. Same with road work. Same with hospitals, which you already said that. All of those things, public school, all socialist ideas. Quite a few of the candidates want better health care. The question is, will they follow through if elected? Probably not. That's just popular, but hopefully they do. Be nice, everybody. Yeah. How about humanity as a way of life for all? That is simple. Yes, see? That would be great. Just like franchise companies like McDonald's. I'm not sure what the thing was there, sorry. Why can't all the billionaires give back to their countries? Like, seriously, do they really need all that money? See, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a billionaire, but that money's not being used for anything if you're just holding on to it, making more money. So you're actually a burden on society because your money is being wasted by not being used. And if money is finite, supposedly finite, that's what makes it worth something. But if you keep printing more money, it's worth less and less money. You know what I mean? If you print more physical money, it's worth less because there's more of it. And if that's your method of prosperity, there's something wrong there. Now, if it's still backed by gold, like if you could still like go to a bank and be like, hey, I want to give you this paper in exchange for gold, then this wouldn't happen because there's only so much gold, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that you should be obligated to give up your hard-earned money, but if you have, um, if everyone had the same tax rate, or how do you say? If you couldn't get away with not paying taxes, and there wasn't so many loopholes, I think that would be a step in the right direction. I think bashing people is gonna solve anything. So if someone's a billionaire, right? Like if you watch the Just Joshing with Chakota episode that we just uploaded today, there was we were talking about Jeff Bezos. He is not a good billionaire. Now, why I say that is what I know of him, and it could be false. So there is that. But he has a huge company, or probably several at this point, but Amazon. There are some people who like working at Amazon, and there are some people who are stuck at Amazon because they have no choice but to work there, right? And companies like Walmart. In Canada, it's a little different than in the US, as far as I've heard. What they wanted to do at one point is make it so that they pay their employees in, I forget what it's called, but in money that they could only spend at Walmart. What the hell is up with that? That's disgusting. So I don't shop at Walmart anymore. Sometimes I do if I have no choice, but I try not to. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then there's a good billionaire idea as well. Like people like, I only know of one, J.K. Rowling, and she gained her money through her art and probably other good business practices. But then she lost her billionaire status, I think twice, because she donated a lot of it. Because keeping that money doesn't do anything. You can't spend that. You could spend that amount of money, but it's not likely that you're going to. There are so many people hurting. Not that they deserve your money because you have so much of it. It's just no one deserves to go hungry because they can't afford to buy food. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you're not paying your fair share to society, then you're a piece of shit. That's just plain and simple. Not that I expect everyone to be a philanthropist, because like, there's so many different things. There's so much that a person can do to help, and there's so many things you can do to hinder, right? And if you're not paying taxes because you want to make more money, does that make you a bad person? Not exactly, but it doesn't make you a good person, because I hate paying taxes and I wish I didn't have to. But that's because I see where tax dollars go sometimes. It just doesn't make sense where a lot of tax money goes. I don't know. Nothing wrong with being rich. I would like to be rich, and I hope to be rich. But I'm never going to do it off the backs of someone intentionally. I hope to not even do it by accident. I want people to love my art, I want them to buy it, and I want them to be like, this piece is something that I bought for X amount of dollars because I loved it. And then I want to receive that money and be like, I was able to sell. Can you believe it? I only have to pay this person minimum wage and he works 70 hours a week. There's this loophole where I don't have to pay him overtime, and if he quits, then, or if he refuses to work, I can fire him without severance pay. And then that's how you just grab someone and you're just like, I'm gonna steal you away from your life and suck the life force out of you so that I can profit. I will never do that. I will never ever do that. When I had employees, I always paid them good. When I was doing construction, I always paid way more than everyone else. Way more. Not to blow my own horn. I'm just saying, like, I can't do that. And I didn't make millions of dollars. I've only made thousands of dollars. I always made more than my employees, but it's my company. I have all the expenses, and it's mine. If you want to make the amount of money that I do what I do, go on your own, and then have your own employees. I was good at what I did, I was with people, right? That's how you make money. But I was never like, how little am I going to be able to pay this person? I would pay them fair. And then if they did good, I would pay them even more. I remember having this one employee, when I paid him by the hour, he worked really slow. And then when I paid him piecework, he worked really fast because you make more money at piecework. I'd be like, okay, you make $25 an hour. He would work slow. Or I'd be like, okay, this project is worth $1,000. He would work mad fast, so he would make like $40 an hour rather than 25. So, different factors. There are things about Canada and Manitoba that I don't agree with. Like my son's medication used for his ADHD. Without it, you notice he doesn't have it, but it's over $100 a month, but they won't cover it. See, but at least you don't have to pay for treatment at the hospital. Yeah, medication oftentimes is not covered, especially if it's elective, and especially if it's for mental health. Unfortunately. I'm in the same boat, Matthew Fox. Do you have an opinion on Wexit, Josh? I don't actually know much about Wexit. Me either. Paycheck to paycheck. Don't believe in credit cards either, so I'm winning, not paying interest on debt. Yeah, I don't have a credit card. I'll probably never have. I did get two, but I never used them. I never even opened them. So I got one from Costco. Actually, I did use that one. Sorry, I did use that one to buy something on eBay. That's the only thing I bought on it, and it was a scam. Hilarious. But I actually made money off of that. I bought it when our dollars were very close, and then when I got reimbursed, the American dollar was way higher than the Canadian dollar, so I actually made like $200 or something like that. It was insane. It's sad that artists make money after they're dead just because their art becomes more popular. Yeah, that sucks, but I mean that's the game, right? That you gotta play the game. If you're lazy, if you're a lazy artist, like I'm talking to you guys right now, not that it means a lot, but like I want you guys to know me as a person. So I want you, not that I'm trying to trick you into buying my stuff, but I want you to see the process. Like I want every one of you to buy one of these, right? I want you to buy this. But I'm not gonna think that you're terrible for not buying one. You guys are people and you guys have your own expenses. Like this is $50. To me, that's not very much money to charge, but it's enough for me to make it worth making them. And I want it to be affordable to you, but I also want this to go up in value. It's just on scrap wood, right? You can see that. But I want this to be worth like $500 one day. You know what I mean? I want it to go up in value. And I want you guys, if you're a lazy artist and you don't do any of that stuff, not that everyone has the opportunity to, but if you're not trying, like I've been doing art for 7 years and I'm just now able to do it full time. Well, I did it last year full time as well, but I still had to do a lot of contracts on the side. I haven't had to do a contract in a long time, although I did do one for one of my past clients. You know what I mean? There's I don't know, but I agree. Did you know income tax in Canada was only supposed to be temporary to support World War II? I believe it was World War One, but yeah, it was supposed to be temporary. And then they were like, you know what? This is sweet, sweet honey. Let's keep this going. Drugs are cheaper in Canada. Bernie led a bus trip for people to pick up prescription drugs here. Oh, really? I know they are cheaper, but I didn't know that he did that. Huh. Only reason why I have my son medicated is so he can get through school. Without it, his reading and his spelling declines and he struggles. Yeah, I probably need medication when I was little too, but I got over it. Sweden has gone cashless. What do you think of that, Josh? Not carry cash. I think that's probably a slippery slope because like going from gold to paper money and then from paper money to electronic money, you can print unlimited electronic money because it's just an algorithm. You can only print so much paper money. I mean, it's still going to diminish your dollar, but doing it electronically, I think that's even worse. I like having cash. I like paying in cash because then you can see how much money you have and how much you're using. So let's say you have $10,000 and you're using a debit card or a credit card. You don't see it going away. But if you have $1,000 in your wallet, you're like, okay, I'll buy this $200 item. Now you only have $100 left. But if you have a card, you buy a $200 item, you still have money left. You still have the plastic card. I don't know. Wow, I'm not going to Walmart anymore either. Well, do your own research. I'm just talking shit, right? Like, I don't know a lot of. I'm just. These are like a lot of things that I do know, but don't just take my word for it because I don't want to give out any false information. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Matthew Fox says, I've donated whole paychecks for causes. I have never done that. The most I've ever donated to someone was, at one time, was probably $500. I make over $100,000 a year, but give about 20% to help homeless and the less fortunate. If I can do it, billionaires can do it. Imagine a billionaire. If he gave away, let's say someone has $30 billion. I don't know, how much does the richest person have? I don't know. Okay, let's say someone has $1 billion. Okay? If you give away $1 million to, say, 10 people, what is that? $100,000 each? Like $100,000, that's a good amount of money. I would say, I wish I made 100,000. Let's say you gave it away to 20 people. That's $50,000, right? That's an average lower middle class wage. Or I'm talking in Canadian dollars, by the way. So poverty line is 30,000, and then there's like 45, I think, to 55 is lower middle class, and then middle class is 55 to 100,000, and or to 75,000. 75 to up is upper middle class, and then you're wealthy, well, blah, whatever. I don't exactly know, but imagine a billionaire. He could help 20 people just by being a little bit generous and losing no money that would ever affect him. Not saying that every billionaire should be obligated to do this, because if you're doing it, you should want to do it. And if you don't do it, it doesn't make you bad. It just makes you not great. I don't know. If you can afford to help someone without damaging your own quality of life, I'm not going to say that you should do it, but it would be great if you did do it. You know? It's mostly poor people and lower middle class people who donate the most money. Relative. So they can't give $1 million, but a billionaire who gives away $1 million versus someone who only makes $30,000 a year giving away $1,000, the person who gave away the $1,000 is actually giving away way more money than the billionaire, because they can't afford to give away $1,000. If you only make $30,000 a year, you're barely making it. You probably have a very small house, probably a very old car or no car. You probably take the bus. You're probably going to the food bank. Right? And no one wants to go to the food bank, but sometimes you got to do things like that, right? No one wants to be embarrassed with their living situation, and it's a shame that that's a reality, but it just is. Sign a contract to make Canada fighter jets, then bail on the deal, but because you signed the contract, you still have to pay the billions of dollars, even though we didn't get the jets. Well, didn't we get Australia's jets or something that were the same, not great jets? I say give a tax break to companies to hire at least 90% full-time employees. Too many companies have almost all part-time employees. Oh yeah, so if you have part-time employees and they decide to work full-time hours, their contract says that they're only part-time, so that you don't have to pay them overtime. But beyond that, part-time employees don't qualify for certain perks as well, which some companies are obligated to give. Plus there's a whole bunch of things. Like in the South, states like Kentucky, the coal mine towns were run by the mine owners. They owned the stores and everything in the town, so all the money the people earned was given right back. Well, if you decide to work in that industry and that's the only option, that's not that's not terrible, but that's not great either. Like if you're only if it's money that can only be spent in under their umbrella, then that's pretty evil. But if it's money that can be spent anywhere, but they happen to own everything, that's not so bad because you know you can still spend it elsewhere if you wanted to. That is how you get the best employee. You get what you pay for. Sounds like mechanics. The oil change kids paid hourly sit around on their butts playing on their phones, but a licensed mechanic paid piecework actually works to make hours, sometimes 40-hour paychecks. When I did a live auction selling my jewelry, I have it all. Minimum wage in Manitoba is only 11.65 right now. I thought it was $15 Canada wide. In the US, I know like no one can survive on minimum wage. In Canada you can, but it's hard. But in the US apparently you can't. Like with a house and a car. Man, I didn't know that Saskatchewan was only 11 bucks. $11.06. That's freaking trash. What the hell? That's so ridiculous. So a lot of people say, hey, if you don't want minimum wage work, don't work minimum wage jobs. Minimum wage, contrary to popular belief, is actually was actually invented to support a family. A family? Or a person at least. To be able to afford everything you need. Food, clothing, home, and car. You were supposed to be able to live off a minimum wage job in the past when it was implemented, at least in Canada. Now you can, but it is difficult. Uh, I would like to buy. I would love to buy so much from you, Josh, but my family is trying to survive on my disability line, and it is only 800. Yes, if you can't, absolutely don't. That's why I do giveaways, because not everyone can afford it, and I totally get that because I can't even afford my own art. I mean, I technically I can because I make it, but you know, if I see art that I like that costs what I charge, I can't buy it. Usually, sometimes I can. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let's move some things around. I gotta buy this piece, right? But I have to think about it. I can't just be like, poof, drop it and be like, here's $1,000 for a freaking picture, right? I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't. It would have to be a special occasion. Uh, I hire my kids to sort beads and stuff. I pay them $12 an hour, even my 4-year-old. LOL. I want to teach them the value of money and how to earn it. My grandson keeps reminding me at least I still get Social Security. I just got on and saw you were live. I totally misread the title of this live. LOL. What did I title this one? I don't remember. We're going off topic here. Uh, yeah. See, and if you're an artist like me, full time, I don't get any benefits. I don't get any pension. Although I will get the Canadian pension, I guess, by the way, because they freaking spent it all. And so they made a bad investment with the Canadian pension money. They thought that it was a sure thing. So they were like, you know what, let's take all this and we'll prosper. Instead, it freaking went bust and now they lost all our money. And then they're like, uh, well, no one needs it right now. We'll be able to make it back. Didn't make it back. So a lot of people who were counting on that as part of their retirement, like my mom is 80 years old and still works. She's 80. She's almost 80. She's 79. Don't let me exaggerate. I've noticed that people who are homeless or people who don't make much money are the most giving people. That is true. Okay, so I gave this dude. This is not to brag or anything or to look at me. I'm so kind, but I gave him a decent amount of cash, and I bought him lunch, and because he wanted to chat, so I was like, well, let's get lunch, and he gave away the money that I gave him to other homeless friends. What do you call them? Friends who were homeless, people that he knew that were homeless. So he didn't even keep the cash that I gave him because he was already fed. He wasn't hungry, so he was fine. And I was like, wow, what a guy. Uh, Canada, Google says the unemployment rate in Canada rose to 5.7% in July of 2019 from 5.5% in the previous months, and compared to the market expectation. Yeah, so that's because of all the layoffs in the oil industry, I think, and the coal industry, and then we also shut down our two biggest gypsum plants. So that is because of tariffs and shit um, from the U.S. because uh, the U.S. didn't like that we that we didn't do what they wanted us to do or something like that, so they tariffed the shit out of us. So then everything got so expensive that yeah. Plus, we were trying to get away from oil and gas and coal for power, trying to go into more renewable energy, which is good, but it's kind of sucks that when you don't have that stuff implemented and then you shut it down. It's kind of like maybe have that in place so these people don't go broke because there's tons of people who just like we had mad suicides, people suiciding themselves left, right, and center because they had no money and there was no way they could pay for their expenses, so they decided to off themselves, and that's so freaking sad that they were like, oh, great, I guess I'll die then. Like, man, that sucks. How old was your mom when she had you? Probably like 18 or something like that. But my mom, who I said is 80, is not my real mom. Uh, you are self-employed there. There are a lot of tax breaks you can look into with Canada. No, there isn't. Sorry, there is a lot that you can look into, but there is only so many you're allowed to have, especially under these new tax rules. Yeah, dude, I write off every single thing that I can. I take advantage of every single tax break that I can. There is not that many. No, I don't. I don't know if that's maybe a provincial thing or a Canada-wide, like a federal thing, but yeah, your mom looks great for 80. My mom looks 80 for 80. So I'm hoping that in July, providing the company pays out our bonus, I'll be able to commission an original piece. That would be wonderful. Don't go broke doing it though. It's just because you want, like, I want you to want what you get from me. I don't want you to get it because I ask you to buy it. I'm always going to ask people to buy my art because that's how I make a living and that's what I want to do to make a living. So I want you to buy this. I want 151. If I sold 151 of these, how much is that? That would take forever to make. But do we have a calculator? Calculator. 151 times 50. That would be $7,550. And then I'd have to pay tax on that, but that would probably be like $6,000 that I would get to keep. That would be dope. Josh is adopted. I'm not adopted, but close, sort of. How are the fires in Australia right now? How are they? I heard that they were getting a little better. Our homeless are on drugs and alcohol. They cuss me out when I want to buy them food instead of just giving them money. Yeah, but that's because of they're addicted, right? So, like, your compassion doesn't mean anything to them, not because it doesn't mean anything to their heart. It's because they're addicted to a drug or alcohol, and that's what they need. Like, they don't need it health-wise, but they need it. They need to feed their addiction because that's what addiction does. It's so they don't care about food. They're even if they're hungry, they're not looking for. Your compassion is not lost on them, the human. It's lost on them, it's lost on the addiction, let's say. But yeah, that's sad, right? Because like no one wants to be an alcoholic and no one wants to be a drug addict. They just want the high. They don't want the downfall. I wish I was the Danish man that just today won 47 million in Canadian dollars in the lottery. You spelled Canadian really, really weird. The money from the hearts. I could. I made $12,000 last year selling my stuff I made. Dang, that's pretty good. We have a homeless vet here in town in Massachusetts? I don't know. Sweet man, keeps to himself, very good manners. Big, a lot of us here in town give him coffee. Refuses solid food due to some stomach injury. Ooh, maybe he was stabbed. Matthew Fox, where do you sell your jewelry? So Matthew, just put a link to your jewelry. I bought 2 more from him just the other day for my mom. So I don't think the stuff I do is good enough to sell, so I just give it away. Well, that's how you will never make money. You can't do that. Sell it. If people like to receive it for free, they will likely also pay for it. Now, it's a matter of being able to sell it based on whatever price you're selling it for, because like, let me tell you, the amount of emails that I answer compared to what I actually sell, there's a huge gap, because the people who want it, they want it for a certain price, or they can budget, right? And then there are some people who just don't care, right? They will never think it's worth it, no matter how much I charge for it, right? There's always that person who will be like, not worth it. Nah, I could do this for $100. I could do this for $20, whatever. I just go, okay, then go it for that amount or whatever. Or I could make this myself. You're charging way too much. Well, then don't ask me for it if you can already do it yourself. You know what I mean? So, what was I saying? Gosh darn it. I forget what I was saying. I don't remember. Terry Turner. Okay, Terry. She has a print. I don't know what to call it. Terry Turnmeyer. She made me a Christmas card, which was very nice. But right here, she says, "I get happy when I sell one thing a month. Either my art sucks or I'm doing something wrong." It does not suck. You said it sucks, so you think it sucks, which makes it harder for you to sell, so because it makes it harder for you to put it out there. What I suggest is you just get rid of that mentality and then just put it out there as something for sale, not something that sucks that hopefully someone will buy or like. Just put it out there for sale, because the card that you made me, I like, and I'm a professional artist, and for me to say that I like something, I actually have to like it. And even if I didn't like it, it's still done well. Because there's plenty of art that I don't like that I still think is done well. And I still think is worth paying for. And I still think it's worth appreciating. You know what I'm saying? I get happy when we can write off anything if you're not self-employed. I just get mortgage interest. Our single people pay through the nose on taxes in the U.S. So should our taxes go to buy the drug addicts drugs like safe injection sites? Should your taxes? See, that's where your compassion comes in. These people need the drug or they will die. Right? And that sucks, because like my mom, my real mom, is a drug addict. She needs her drugs. I can't, is because like alcohol doesn't taste good, so I don't drink it because it doesn't taste good. See, I want my mom to get well. I don't like my mom, but I want her to get well and I want to like her, but I can't stand her. She abandoned me and my little brother when we were babies. And I don't hate her, but I don't like her. So that being a part of my life, I can see 2 sides. One, it's horrible that you would choose this over your kids, but it's also horrible that you feel like you have no choice, that it's got such a hold on you. So these safe injection sites, it keeps these people safe. It's in the name. they're not going to get AIDS. They're not going to get, well, they might still, but they probably won't. The chances are way lower. They're not going to get robbed, which is going to get them down further. And that's step one, is safety. And then from there, you move on to seeking help. And then when you get help, you go on to your next step, which could be like rehab. And then your next step could be reintegration into normal society, healthy society. And then beyond that, it could be going up and up and up and up and up. And then you have that billionaire who's going to give away their money to other people who are afflicted by their addictions. Yeah? That's just me, though. You think you will be able to get to the junkyard dog I ordered by June? Junkyard dog. You wanted the Pipple, right? By June? Yeah, I could make it by June, I think. I wanted an original for a while now. I have a few prints currently and a couple of sculptures on the wait list. I'm thinking of it as an investment and something you enjoy looking at in the home. Right, and I want my art to be an investment. Like such as this guy, Robert, he ordered a dog. And he wants it to be, if this is the same person, he wants a life-size dog. I believe he's in the military. Anyways, he's going to be gone for a while, and when he comes back, that's when he would like to have it. So I'm going to make that when I have my shop up, or when I can just get back to welding, and I'm going to make that. That's going to be mad expensive to ship to him, but I might drive it down to him. I kind of forget where he lives, but he said, yeah, that's no big deal. So I'm going to make him this thing, and like, it's expensive, and he doesn't care, because I hope he thinks it's an investment. I hope he thinks it'll be something. Just like Hannah, she has some stuff on the waiting list. So if you're on the waiting list, I'm not purposely taking forever to do it. I want all those orders to be done, because there's a lot of money in that black book. Like, if I made all those things, I would be set for a minute. So I want to make them all. So don't think that. And then perhaps they get into some sort of issue where they need money. Bam, they can sell this for $5,000. That would be ridiculous, but that would be awesome. Right? Who knows? Terry Turnmeyer says, Turnmeyer Creations on Facebook and Turnmeyer Creations on Etsy. So everyone should go check out Terry. Turnmeyer Creations, which, if you can see it there, I'm going to see if I can do this. Bam. Copy. Bam. Wait, actually, Matthew, if you're still here, can you like find your thing and then make a link, please? That would be awesome. She sells on Etsy. Now if I had a donut for dessert. Josh, you and Ashley and Hank have cookout steaks on the grill. Have cookouts. Steaks on the grill. Right. Are you asking a question, or are you telling me something? I used to be on pills. It takes a lot to get on them. You're right. Right? And like, are you a horrible person for being on them? Probably not. I mean, some people are. Some people don't want help, right? Wicked clown, he's a troll. Do not panic. I have some drugs for you. Josh, I'm sorry you have to experience that. Prayers to your mom. Giving them drugs is not the solution. Giving them assistance to get off drugs is. Right. But how are they going to trust you? You can't just take them off. Most, like, say you're on heroin or meth. Let's say meth. Meth is pretty bad. Let's say you're on meth. You can't just, actually, yes, you can. Okay, heroin, or let's say, like crack. Okay, some drugs you can't just stop cold turkey. You will die. So you have safe injection sites. It is proven that safe injection sites are the answer in many cases. It's proven because it works. And those people get off drugs at a higher rate than people who are just forced into rehab, which is very hard to do because of legal reasons, right? compassion goes a long way, right? It is frustrating and it makes a person angry. It makes me angry because I don't want to pay for someone's drug addiction. I hate that my money goes to that, but it does. And but I'm glad that it's going to help these people because I don't suffer from any harmful addictions. You know what I'm addicted to? Making shit out of garbage. So I collect garbage. I collect scrap pieces of this, scrap pieces of that, scrap wood, scrap metal, yarn, freaking what I'm looking around here, cinder blocks. Uh, I don't know, stuff. That's what I'm addicted to. It's not harmful to anyone, but I'm lucky. No, not I'm lucky. I've made good choices. There people make poor choices, but if that's all they're worth to you, then it's not even a conversation that you're worth being a part of because you don't have the compassion. Maybe you do. I shouldn't talk like that because I don't actually know. But uh, I don't, I don't know. I don't want to talk shit about you because you're not that person probably. So are you wanted a pit bull, right? Is that right? Um, oh, so Matthew shared the thing here. Have you visited any? There's no question mark, but I'm pretty sure that's a question. Are you asking if I visited any safe injection sites? I think that's what you're asking. I have not visited any, but we do have one at our library. Seems fine. So technically I visited it because it's like right on and been like, hey, you need some heroin real quick? Like so they're around, but I haven't like hung out at them if that's what you're saying. Or what are you asking? I don't know. Be a little more specific for a second. Uh, my sister-in-law is a therapist in a drug rehab. They do not put anyone cold turkey. It makes more problems than helping. Yeah, oftentimes it does. Yeah. I collect so many things it's silly. My latest is playing cards. Terry Termeyer, you're crazy. Your son is amazing, says Matthew Fox. Josh needs a fix. Send your junk. Does that make him a junkie? Don't go to Las Vegas, Hannah. LOL. Yes, the pit bull from Texas. Yeah, okay, I know. April Kurtz sent me $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Christina Peter says yes. Okay, so technically I have visited I guess more than one because they're at several libraries, but I haven't like hung out there. There's also this what do you call it? What do you call it? Like it's like a drop off, so you can drop off your like dirty needles in a safe spot. There's those are around the city too. Um, so I've seen that, but I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm not sure what your point is. Uh, I don't know about my stuff being amazing, but the crazy part is probably accurate. I'm going to pray for your mother to get clean. Well, thank you. I will be sending you a message after this chat. So you want old keys? I do want old keys. Are you gonna send me like laced with meth old keys? Uh, Terry, I love your Etsy items. Terry, is that made from epoxy? Anyways, we've gone on like a bit of a rant here where we just started talking about everything. You new or used keys, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I have this idea for an accent wall in my studio. Not this studio, not where we do the Just Josh and Witch Dakota, but where we're going to do the Just Josh and Witch Dakota in the future. We're gonna do a um, interactive space. Is that right? I don't know. When people come to our studio, we want it to be like, oh shit, this is really cool. I don't want them to be like, oh, and that must be where you record. I want them to be like, Damn, this is actually really cool in here. I have never seen this before. It's different. It's, whatever. I want it to be cool. So I have this idea for an accent wall or an accent nook or something like that that involves a bunch of keys. Christina Peter says, I'm not addicted, but I have a lot of keys. It's weird how you went from, like, saying that giving drugs to people is not the answer to asking me if I want keys. I thought they were somehow linked at first. Are all the heartburns taken? Yes, but I can make more. I have more scrap wood. I thought I had way more oak than I have right now, but I only have a few more pieces of oak. I have stairs that I was going to use, but I can't find it now. Are you going to build your studio in your shop? Yes, I'm going to put an addition to it for my shop. A lot of my things are made with epoxy resin. I do wood burning also on paper cutting patterns. If I think I can make it, I try. Word, me too. I have a couple keys, couple thousand. Holy, really? Why do you have 1,000 keys? Are you like a locksmith or something? Christina Peter says, just changing lanes, so to speak. Yeah, so if people want to send me keys, I will do that. Also, so remember I was doing the 2020 new things of 2020? This was another thing that I was going to say that I forgot to say in that video. I'm going to start keeping the address labels for when people send me something in the mail. I'm pointing because that's where I put all of yesterday's stuff. I'm going to keep the addresses, and then every so often I'm just going to send out a free gift to the people who send me something in my P.O. box, because I really appreciate you guys. If I could afford to send everyone something, then I would do that, but I can't. So I won't. I just can't. But I'm going to start keeping everyone's addresses so that I will just, every once in a while, I'll pull out one and I will send someone something. And if you don't like it, then you can give it to someone else. You can throw it out. You can do whatever. It's all whatever. So, I don't know. Do you guys like that idea, maybe? And also, don't think that you have to send me something to get something for free. I'm also going to be doing giveaways. I do giveaways like for my birthday, for Christmas. Every once in a while, I'll just do a giveaway. Like, let's say, where was that? Which one was it? Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Remember how I made this one a little too far to the right? How I said that? I saved it by making this come out here, but if this was too far to the right and it was something I didn't want to sell, then I would give it away, right? Because I just would think it'd be better as a free gift rather than a piece of art to buy. So when I screw up on something that I still think looks nice, I will give it away in some sort of giveaway. Love your channel, says Christina Peter. Well, thank you. Can you wood burn some New Zealand moire designs? No, because that's like a cultural thing, so I wouldn't do that. You should just get like a local guy to do that who actually is from that culture. If it was like in like the regular anyone can do it type realm, then I would do that. It's kind of like a respect thing. It's just like when people do native art, it's kind of like, what are you doing? Like, because it's cultural art and it means something to the culture. If it was just like a picture, like if it's like a picture of like a native person, that's not native art, so that wouldn't be a no-no necessarily. But just doing cultural art when you're not part of that culture, it's like, it's just like, hey man, thanks for kicking me in the face while you sell it. Like it's kind of weird. I have keys to send you, Josh, different colors. Well, that would be fantastic. Nice you can write off your Who shop as a work, but I can't, my shop doesn't count for some reason because it's not part of my house. It's not attached to my house, so I can't, but I wish I could. I can do the bills, the power bills though, I can. Noise thought, Josh. I'll get a box together with Dakota's shirt. What about forks and spoons? I could always use forks and spoons. You have a good heart, Joshua. You have a good heart, ... Joshua, ... Really enjoy your channels and watching you actually make something. Yeah, I haven't made. What would you like to see next in a build or paint video? Would you like me to paint something? I have a person that I want to paint, and I have some ideas for the video. Or would you like me to sculpt something? I have a sculpture that I want to make. It's a very simple sculpture, but it it's a fun one. At least I think it's fun. I've made one in the past and I sold it, so I don't have it, and I wanted to show it at one point, but I couldn't because I already sold it. So I want to make another one. It's about this big. It's shaped kind of like that, sort of. Not really, but kind of. So would you rather see a painting next or a sculpture next? I'm going to do both of them, but which one would you like to see first? Uh, I'll get a box together, which code, okay. You have a good heart. You're almost at 2 million combined video view on YouTube. Would be good to do something to celebrate that achievement. Really? And I'm gaining more subscribers lately, but now that I have like this super long video, they're probably gonna be like, nope, see ya. Mike Hawk! Hello! Sculpture. Respect. Both. What about the airbrush? I won't do the airbrush just yet because I just need some ventilation for that. Sculpture, 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 sculpture. Painting, sculpture, sculpture. Been a while. Sculpture, 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 sculpture would be nice. Sculpture, 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 please. Okay, it's gonna be the sculpture. I'm gonna do the sculpture next. It's just small, and it's actually a clay one, so you haven't seen me work with clay yet, I don't think. I don't think. Perhaps you have, but I don't remember. I'm gonna be doing the sculpture next then. I'm gonna get off when it's at 4 hours. I was gonna get off now, but I was like, why not? Sculpture Kobe Bryant. I wouldn't be able to do that. Maybe I could do that, but I'm not going to. That's too much work, and I don't have the right clay for it. I have air drying clay. If I had like a baking clay, then maybe I would, or like a super sculpty or something like that, like an epoxy clay. But I don't have that. I have an air drying clay. So it has to be a small object, otherwise it'll shrink too much and it'll crack up. This sculpture is meant to crack, so that's why I have this type of clay. I did do a painting of Kobe Bryant, which I shared on my Instagram, My Hands Gallery. Oh, Mike Hawk. Ah, Mike Hawk. Ah, that's funny. That's hilarious. I didn't get that. Oh, you deleted it. That's hilarious, though. I didn't get that at first because I just read it real quick. Mike Cock. I still think you should paint Three Stooges after they pushed. Is that a real person? I just jumped in and yelled out, Mike Hawk, that's like Mike Hunt. That's funny. Yeah, that's probably, if he would have said Mike Hunt, I would have been like, wait a minute. Shit, that's funny. Terriest Hades 36. I didn't realize that was even a troll. That's so funny. So rude. I like that. That's funny. Oh, man. You got me. Richard Head? I don't know what that would be. Richard Head. Is that supposed to be retarded? Richard Head? Retarded? I don't know. Hold on a second. Dude, you're like super quick with the band hammer there. Oh no, it was automatically. Oh, and then it was hidden. Dang, that Matthew is like the best moderator. You know? Does Ashley like Bruce? Who the heck is Bruce? I think in pictures, so when I read it, I didn't get it. Thanks for the new names for my friends doing scam baiting. I meant to write, does Asher like Bruce Springsteen? Probably. I don't actually know. What is the significance of a 4-hour mark? Just that we're almost at 4 hours and I want to get off. I want to get off the video, off the live. Bye for now, gotta go, says Pamela Peterson. See ya, Pamela. Even number. Yeah, there's no reason for it. I've been on live for a long time. So I made 3 of these for this video. And I know that people are probably going to be upset that this video is so long because they feel like they have to watch it. But you don't have to watch it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I'm going to oil these up. Monday, all of the hearts are going out. So if you want one, order it soon so that I have time to make it and oil it and have it good to go for Monday. Because if I oil it and then put it in an envelope, it won't be dry yet. You know what I mean? So you'll get kind of oily residue on your fingers, which is harmless because it's just like boiled linseed oil. It's not going to do anything to you, but it's just because it's kind of annoying, right? It is a Madness Monday thing, 4 hours. Oh yeah, Dakota does his usually for 4 hours. And he told me that he wishes that he didn't do that. But now he wants them to be consistent, so they gotta be 4 hours. I have left you several times and came back to join the chat. Well, if you leave again, I won't be here anymore. Probably. Tube. What? I know Dakota does it, but often wondered if it was something special on you. Oh, no. No. Man, it's cold down here. I got a call and was talking to my family. She puts family in, like, I was talking to my family. Does she mean, like, family, as in they're not my family, but I consider them family? Or does she mean family, like they're my family, but I wish they weren't my family? Have you ever thought about when you're trying to do what I'm trying to do in the art world? Teaching is definitely not the way to go because it devalues your art if you're teaching how to paint one of your paintings. What you want to do if you're teaching is just teach someone how to do their own thing. But since I lack technique, etiquette, and basically general people skills when it comes to teaching, that wouldn't be my strong point. Dakota said on Monday that he'll probably have to make his vlog shorter. He doesn't vlog, so I'm not sure what he meant by that. We have a good time on Madness Monday. Yeah, sometimes I watch his videos. Yeah. I'll be doing a live on Facebook soon, making stuff for people. They tell me what they want, and I'll make it. So Matthew Fox makes jewelry. Hey, LOL, you are from Curiosity, says Simon says. I am from Curiosity. Not sure what that means exactly, unless you mean Alex of Curiosity Inc. Anyways, Matthew makes jewelry and stuff, and he does his live videos. Calls everybody sweetie, which to me is so weird, but that must be a thing that they do over where he lives. And you should go check out his artwork, his jewelry, and pay for it what you think it's worth, not what he actually charges, in my opinion. I think they should be minimum $20, but he often lets them go for like $7, $8, and I'm like, what the heck, man? What the heck? Sell it for 20. Then he just said only the women. Oh, he only calls women sweetie. Okay. And he calls the men babe. He's like, all right, babe. He doesn't actually do that. That was a joke. Dakota said he won't be doing 4 hours anymore. Oh, okay. Okay. I like basketball. Sorry for the troll. Here, have this digital teddy bear. Dude, that's okay. I don't really care. What I care about is when you're racist or like being super rude to other people. That's what I care about. I don't care about if you're just making jokes. Josh, we're right on tonight. Josh, we're right on tonight. Josh, we're right on tonight. I don't know what that means, but thank you. All people are sweetie to me because I'm old. If I called someone sweetie, it would taste like something really sour coming out of my mouth. Not sour, but like what? Did I just say that? Like one time I was in a gas station and I was like, "Excuse me, gents." And then I was like, "Did I just call these people gents?" Like I've never called anyone gents before. Now I say it semi regularly because I've said it once, but the first time I said it, I was like my face literally, I was like, "Excuse me, gents." What? Why did I just say that? It was weird. And then another time, I called a person mate. And then I was like, where the heck did that come from? Mate? I'm not Australian or British or whoever else says that. I'm not a pirate. I was just like, what did I say? I said, pardon me. Oh, Ashley just texted me. She said, make sure to close the chicken. Probably not watching it actually. But anyways, I called someone mate. I think I said like no problem, mate. And then I was like, did I just call somebody mate? I've never called someone that before in my life. Uh, the new shirt looks good on you, Josh. I like it. I like it. I'm watching this on the 60-inch TV. Nothing escapes me. How are the chickens doing in the cold? They're doing good. Wait until you have kids if you do. All the things you roll your eyes at of others, you will now do. No. I was rolling my eyes at myself, though. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Well, I'm not going to call my kids sweetie because that's weird. I might call them pal or champ or chief. Get it? Or I don't know. I can't even think of any other sport or dipshit or something like that. But it wouldn't be like sweetie. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know. But anyways, guys. Oh, it's on. Yeah. I call my youngest son Buds. Buds, as in buds, as in buds. If it's a girl, you will. I will not. I will call her. I will call her broccoli. Because I call Ashley Bean. So I'll call her broccoli. Boy is not the only choice in babies. Right, but I'm going to have a boy if I have a baby. I guess I can't really control that, but assuming I'm going to have a son if I have a kid. You'll wake up all kinds of weird names for your kids based on their weird personalities. So I might call them Buzz, right? Matthew calls his son Buds. I'll call my son Buzz. And then, because I was thinking about Buzz Lightyear, but I was going to try to make a joke, but it actually doesn't work. Sorry, yes, take out the R in the sentence. Oh, I don't remember what your sentence is. Does that shirt say Guns N' Roses, and is there a significance to it? So if you watch the yesterday's live, which was the fan mail opening, a lady sent me 9 of these shirts, one for me and the rest to give away. So I gave Coda. Probably give one to my brother Will if he wants one. Alex wants one. She wanted to give one to Alex. Not sure why she gave it to me. Probably just so she could just ship it to one person. But yeah. When my son was 3, he started calling his dad Ted, and for some odd reason, LOL, lasted for a couple of years. Oh yeah, so it does say Guns N' Roses, and it has like on the back there. So yeah. I know brothers named Kurt and Skip. Does that... The Boss. Bruce Springsteen. It's a sweet shirt. Yeah, I like it. It'll be weird that if I have 9 of them though, if I can't give them away. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys checking these out. If you wanna buy one of these, order from josh@gmail.com. They are $50 Canadian. I think that's $37 American plus whatever shipping is, which I think is $12 Canadian, which is like probably like $9 American, something like that. And so it'll cost you like $50 American total. Overseas, they cost $22 to ship overseas, unfortunately, but that's because they have some weight to them. So I can't really do much about that. I guess I could like bandsaw these, like resaw them, I guess you would call it, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't have my bandsaw up and going. So anyways, that's the live. I hope you enjoyed hanging out, because I did. Morning from England. Oh, shirts with random gifts so you can't find them. Yeah, maybe I will do that. I have a friend who's a big fan of Guns N' Roses who actually just texted me a little while ago, so I'll see if he wants one. But anyways, I have to go check on my chickens. Got to feed my dogs, and then I'll probably do this one. And yeah, I don't know what else I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it. So thanks for hanging out. As I already said, make sure that you check out Terry. Make sure you check out Chris, and make sure you check out our good friend Matthew Fox. He's a great moderator. He moderates for my brothers. He's friends with my brother Will as well, and he's going to be meeting Alex here right away, and he's moderates for Alex and Melissa, I think, as well. He's a good guy, so you should check out his jewelry. Anyways, see you later. Peace out. A-Town down.